Oh, I guess I'm on there. Hi, everyone. Um, 2 nights in a row. Wow. Y'all aren't going to believe this. Well, you will. But um, when I woke up just a little bit ago, there was a poem on my head instantly. The minute my eyes opened, um, I was given a writing. I don't know if you call it a poem, a um, a tribute, maybe. Um, I don't know, but it gave me a whole idea about a thing I want to write about Hecate's cave. And those of you that follow Hecate um, know about the cave. And, since the cave is kind of in sight for me a little bit, y'all know what I'm saying. It was really strange that she sent that to me. And the minute my eyes opened it just a little bit ago, it was on my mind. It was in my head to write this. Of course, I'm not going to do it right now. But that's going to definitely be a project for me. And I love that she put that idea in my head because I believe it's her way of soothing me. I also went to bed thinking about the healing spell um, that I was talking about last night. And so I got my box out. Well, and I kind of combined 2 months worth of stuff and just put it in one box to dense it. Um, this is a box that I used to get from Magical Folk every month, and I believe I already showed it to y'all. It's in there, but that is not. She's no longer doing the witch's trunk, which just broke my heart. I really enjoyed getting that. I've been getting it for 2 or 3 years. Um, and I look forward to it every month. The new stuff that she'd seen and learning, about different things. But all good things must come to an end, right? So I have my green candle in there for the luck that I've made myself. As y'all know that have been watching me, I make candles, um, and I very much enjoy that. I need to get back into that, except it's so expensive. The wax alone, and depending on where you get it and where you get it sent from, the shipping and handling's horrible because the box is so heavy. You know how it goes. But yeah, I've got everything I need right here, and I didn't. Y'all know me too. I'm more of one of the overdoer, which is more flamboyant, or whatever you want to call it. I like all kinds of stuff and spells and around me, and I overdo is what I do, and I know that you don't need that much. It's just the way I do things, and I enjoy it that way, so that's how I do it. But this one's going to be, I'm down to, part to where I just have to be a practical witch, work with what I have at hand, and that's what I'm going to do. And I think I have everything in here in the house that I need for this. If I think of anything else, I don't know, I'll deal with it at the time. But um, I have my candle, as I said. Um, I have visuals if I need them. I don't usually, but my brain's kind of all over the place nowadays, so I may need them. And then very simply, I have my tea light that already has bay leaf in it. I know y'all can't see this, but it's already got the bay leaf in it and extra for whatever I need. black bag that I like to use for protection. Depends on what I want to do. I'll probably end up, when I get what I want in my spell done, I will put my herbs, some extra herbs, my pentagram or my pinnacle, inside here to charge it. And I'll probably keep it in there for a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. It just depends on what feels right to me when I put it down in there. Hey, Esperanza, how are you, sweetheart? So I'm going to, of course, use all that. And then I'm going to, I have some, well, that's my pretty smudge stick I showed y'all here a while back. And then I have my my manifest oil. I'm doing good. How have you been doing? Well, I'm doing pretty good. If you watch my video before this one, I've explained more about what's going on with me. Hi, Lady Blind Wolf. Yeah, Esperanza, I just have some health issues going on, and but everything's gonna be okay, you know. I just appreciate y'all coming on here and sitting with me in the middle of the night. But anyway, I have my manifest oil that I'll use. Now, I usually make my own oils, but this came from the witch's trunk, so I'll just enchant it my own way and then use it in here. And then, of course, I have my belief oil. A lot of times it's really hard, especially when you're going through what I'm going through, to keep focused. You know, my brain's already bouncing around all over the place all the time right now anyway. So I may have a little bit of trouble concentrating on my spell. And this right here, believe, is an oil that is made up for stuff like that. If you're losing concentration, because as we all know as witches, that is the most important part, is your intent. And in order to put the intent in there, you have to be able to concentrate, right? So I got those. And then for a little pop, now I've already checked this out. Y'all know how I am. I'm very cautious about being careful, about what I mix with what, because some things have a chemical reaction. And I don't know how many of you have taken actual chemistry in school. I did, and I loved it. But this is it's marjoram, and I also have some glycerin that I'm going to put just a little drop in, just to give my spell that little poof. Same, I'll use it the same as some people use selenite oil or sulfur, or something like that, to give it that push and a little more power. I'm in chemistry right now. Oh, are you? Do you like it? I liked chemistry. It's hard, but I actually enjoyed it. And I took biology. I loved biology. The sciences like that. And of course, I took physical science my freshman year of high school. But yeah, I'm gonna use these. And I was laying there thinking, you use coffee? Yeah, the caffeine. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can use. A lot of people that don't have sulfur like I have, I have it in the one of my little bottles, powdered sulfur. You can get that at a feed store, even, like for cattle, and where they sell stuff for cattle, and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, they sell bags of sulfur. It's not cheap, but you just don't need that much. But it does give it that push and a little more power. So really, I had everything right here in the house that I'm going to need. And um, once my mind could settle enough to actually concentrate on what I was actually wanting to do and be still enough that I figured it out. So I'll probably think about that tonight and make sure exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and then I'll probably do this tomorrow night and then put it up somewhere to where it can. I was kind of Aiden, Lady Blonde Wolf had told me that he was going to send me a healing sachet or sachet. I've always said sachet, but some people call it a sachet. And I was like, yeah, that'd be wonderful. So I thought about doing this when I got that, but I think I'll do them separate because that's two different energies. I thought if I put them together, it would be kind of neat, but I just need to hurry up and get this done because, when you have an illness, it's not just your physical body, that does some suffering or weirding out. It's a lot of mental work, and thank the goddess I'm used to that because that's what witchcraft is, and our intent is all mental. You've got to have that mental capacity to do what we do. So I'm trying really hard to stay focused and not worry, and let things be the way they're going to be. It's cool. I've been kind of slacking off. However, I've been talking with this guy. Uh-oh, there you go. This guy I really like, and I think we are hitting it off. We flirt a lot. Aw. Chemistry in more ways than one, huh, sweetie? Chemistry is fun when I pay attention. Yeah, it's hard. Um, a lot of people in my class had a really hard time learning the chart, and I didn't. I flew right through that. But that's back when I had a good memory. I could remember things very easily. Yes, mental health is so important when it comes to the craft. Yeah, yeah, and if I've been through a lot here lately, and just in the last not even week yet, but I feel like I've been through a washing cycle. Thrown in the washing machine, jerked around a little while, and then spit out. Um, but I'm gonna be okay, one way or the other. I have to stay focused, and I have to accept things the way they are, and learn to maybe even possibly live a different way. I mean, there's no other way to exist for me right now. So that's what I have to do. And stuff I need to finish spell wise. Yeah, you've been telling me that, Lady Blonde Wolf. Um, y'all know me. I love doing this stuff. And now is an excellent time for me because of what I'm going through, and it's a good um, mind detour, and it makes me know that I am taking part in my own healthcare. It makes me feel not so powerless because the power is in my hands, a lot of it anyway. That's why I thought it was so weird, Lady Blonde Wolf. I was saying this when Selena came on here. I just woke up a little bit ago, and boom, all these words, an entire poem came to me like within 5 seconds of the time my eyes were open. about Hecate's cave. And just, even though it's a little morbid, it depends on, it's like anything else. It depends on how you look at things, whether it's morbid or whatever. Anybody that follows Hecate, as I said, knows about Hecate's cave. And when we enter it, um, especially around Samhain, a lot of witches go into the per se cave to be reborn. Some consider it the womb of Hecate. Go in there and sit and go back to the womb to where you can be replenished, refilled, reborn, and emerge a better person, a better witch, and a healed one. So maybe that's why she was there. I mean, the second my eyes opened, I didn't even think I had time to think about anything yet. But there it was, all these words about this cave. And now I'm going to have to try really hard to sit down and write them the way I can remember them, or as they come to me again. Me and Mama have had that conversation. It's like, Hecate, Mom, slow down. But she just zaps it out there, and you better be ready for it, because you never know when it's coming. And that's how it was with me a minute ago. The minute my eyes popped open, there it was. And so I definitely need to be reborn. I've been putting off doing my shadow work and working on myself. Well, and that's okay if you don't have anything detrimental that is really in your way, or if you're not in your own way. I mean, there's no specific time to ever do your shadow work. It's just when you feel it's necessary. If you can do it however often or less often you want. Usually the darker months are kind of, in my personal opinion, a better time to do it, because everything around you is dark. So it's easier to go deeper into that darkness and um, do what you need to do. Yeah, I'm going to combine two forms of shadow work. Oh, you are? Huh. Well, and I've kind of been doing a little bit of that each day, since what I've in the last couple of days. But I don't go so deep that I freak myself out, because right now I'm not very, um, and I know this, I'm not very stable as far as my thinking and my emotions. And, and I'm starting to stable out. I can feel it happening, it's like, okay, the acceptance part is kicked in. Now I'm dealing, you know, um, it just takes time, and I'm trying not to be really hard on myself, because those of y'all that know me, that watch me, I am extremely critical of myself. Sometimes I'm too hard on me, and that's just not necessary. There's a human side of me just like everybody else, and I'm not perfect, never have been, nor will I ever be. And I had to get that through my head. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to do everything perfectly. It's not possible. Um, I know what I need to work on. I had a dream about 3 spiders, and they represented things I was insecure about. Just that change. Yes, it is, sweetheart. Change is always hard. We tend to step out of our comfort zone. In order to change, you have to do that. You have to get rid of that security blanket, or that web that you've been encased in, that is holding you up and won't let you fall. And once you step out of that, you feel very vulnerable and alone and insecure. So it's harder, but you just have to face it. You have to be that witch that stands straight up, puts her head up to the wind, and says, "Bring it on." And believe you me, I know it's way easier said than done. But you're young and you can do it, Missy. Hear me? You can do it. But yeah, so see, I didn't even ask Hecate about this. I'm kind of like one of those that I don't like running to her all the time. I feel like, I'm a whiner. I have even started out conversations with her before saying, "Here I am again, Mom, whining." She's there anyway. She's like, "Yeah, I know. What do you want now, whiny butt?" But she's always there, and she was there this time, and I didn't even summon her, but she was very vividly there. I could feel her. I could smell her. I could almost see her. And I envisioned her. She was just every other sense was so right there, and then the words that came just flooding over me. I was like, "Yep, that's her." And it's been a while since she came through to me that strong, but I guess she knows that I really need her right now, really bad. I want my mommy, my otherworldly mommy, and my earthly mommy too. All my mommies. But it is what it is, I mean, and that really kind of put me in a cheery mood, even though it's early. Now I'll probably be up the rest of the damn night or in the morning. Oh well, it's not like I have a life, but things are I'm in a pretty good mood right now, and I really like that. I don't feel so heavy, I didn't wake up with just total dread like I did yesterday. So um, I'm just thankful for that. Even if it just lasts for a little while, I'm thankful to be on a better mental imaging system here. All of my sort of things I need to work on are very carnal, like issues in my dream or body issues in my constant need for male validation. Those spiders, there you go, and they should have. You don't need validation from no man, from no one. I don't care who it is. You validate yourself. That's your skin. You be content and happy in it. Been taking meds, slept all day. Oh, you did? Well, I went to sleep about, oh shit, 7 o'clock. Um, but I got up, at 12 o'clock yesterday morning, and so the cycle begins. Now I'm going to be on this weird ass cycle, and awake when nobody else is, and half the time, and then vice versa. But right now, I'm just kind of doing what my body tells me to. I'm listening to it for a change instead of up here rolling the rest of it, because the rest of it just, it's been sick for quite a while and it needs rest. And in order to get well and heal, you have to let your body rest. And that includes your mind. So that's what I'm working on, and coming on here and visiting with y'all helps me do that. So I may be on here every night now, but that's okay. I was talking to one of my best friends. Well, I guess around here you could say she is my best friend. The holidays are coming up, and I was wanting to see my mother, and so I was trying to make plans while everything's still okay and I can still drive and go places by myself, have my independence. And um, but she's going to Texas for Thanksgiving. So I thought, well, while she's in Texas, my best friend has moved up there in the town right next to her. So I thought, well, I'll just go up there and stay with her for a couple of days until my mom gets back from Texas. And I can, see her and then go see my mama and stay the night with her and then come back. So, that's a little bit of a game plan and something for me to do. And I know that I'll enjoy I haven't gotten to see Angie in a long time, so that'll be really nice. And of course, my mom, I hardly ever get to see her, so that'll all be good for me. And the trip, so I'm one of those that I like to drive. I like to go just to driving and being out by myself, and it's kind of soothing. Sometimes it scares me because I'm just one of them nervous drivers. But you can sure do a lot of thinking on a 3.5 hour trip, and it's good for you. It's good for your soul. So that's a game plan anyway, unless. And I even checked the weather. They said we're not supposed to have any. There's no snow in our forecast. In any point A to point B to point C where I'm going. So hopefully that won't deter me. Um, my friend Robert said that he would fund my trip, help pay for my gas and give me a little extra money for food. So um, got that taken care of. So it looks like I can all go sometime next week, the end of the week, about exactly a week from today, I believe. I'm not sure, but it's something to look forward to. I don't like having to leave my cats. I never have. I know they'll be fine here, but I just them being away from me. I lean on them a lot too. Yeah, but they love it. They love me, so I'll just be glad when I can. Some of these pills I'm taking, I don't have to take quite so many. Dang, I'm always popping a pill. In fact, I'm about to have to pop one right now. And it's a pill, so I can take all my other pills without being sick. What a mess, what a mess. But, yeah, it is what it is. So, what have y'all been up to? I'm just yakking away. Y'all talk to me. Tell me what's up with you. I talk to Lady Blind Wolf all the time, Selena, so I pretty much know what's going on with her day to day, but I ain't talked to you in a long time. Let's see, it's trying to remember when I take meds because I can't take another one out until I've had that one in me for a while. Was it into mortar dirt? Mortar dirt? What the hell you planning on doing, woman? If it's mortar dirt, you mean mortar is in the bomb? You gonna make a mortar? Or what? Which mortar are you talking about? Or have I got my words messed up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like a mortar shell? What the hell, woman? I know we get upset, but let's not go blow people up, okay? Light that candle. You remember that dirt that I told you I went and got from where those people? Yeah. Oh, you're going to use that? Okay. I'm going to have my, I'll still call her my daughter-in-law, or sometimes I'll just call her my daughter, but Ariel, I'm going to have her come over and help me get my herbs back in here, so at least I'll have them at hand. I don't have to walk out to the shed and look for something every time I want it, Pain in my butt. Oh, and I gotta tell y'all one thing. Y'all know my temper. And I hate to toot my own horn, but I am one of the sweetest people anyone will ever meet and the most giving, and I will do whatever I can possibly do for anybody else within my power. But by the goddess, when I have had enough, I have had enough. And whew, Katie barred the door because shit's about to hit the fan. And that's what happened this morning. My old job that I had here, um, it's also the fact that this lady that I worked, that had become the administrator of where I was working, had worked with me and known me off and on for about 25 years, probably 27 years. And she was really railroading me. And I mean, I can understand her point, but I've been talking to her this whole time I've been sick. If she'll answer the phone, but half the time now she avoids me because she doesn't want to have to deal with me. And to me, that is immature, very unprofessional. And it really made me feel like crap. And then after I got over feeling like crap, I started getting pissed off. So here I went other measures. I called the actual corporate office, and I have never done that. But I called them and I said, "Look, this is what's going on. Y'all better do something about it, or I'm going to go. I'm going to y'all first before anybody else gets involved. The labor board, they're not wanting to pay me my paid time off that I had built up, and right now I really need that money. I need all I can get. And it's not like I'm asking for freebies. I earned that shit. I worked my ass off for that money. That's mine. And I deserve it." And that's exactly what I told them. And the fact that, she won't let me come back to work, or she's putting me off, is what she's doing. And I'm not stupid. I haven't lived for 54 years and have not learned anything. So, it's kind of hard to pull the wool over my eyes. I might let you think it's getting done, but when I'm fed up with it, I've got your goat. Trust me. And that's how I did her this morning. So I don't know. Her whole day was probably hell. She probably had phone calls coming in, and they'll find out how hard she is to get a hold of. If she's really that damn busy, and I know she's not, because, well, I've worked there. I've been there. And if she's actually in there on the computer, she's just looking at shit to fucking order. And sometimes it's not even for the company, it's for her own house. I know what she does, and it just really pissed me off that she would throw me under the bus like that and not at least be compassionate enough to try to help me with what I'm going through right now. Just really hurt my feelings and pissed me off. So I took action. I thought, I'm not going to do a spell. I thought about putting a damn curse on her. I really did. She made me so upset. But I was like, no, we're going to go this route. And then, no witchcraft involved. Just use my common sense and the Labor Commission, Unemployment Commission. Everything that's going on nowadays, you damn sure don't need to be telling people they can't work. There's enough people out there that just don't want to. And here I am, sick and everything, and I want to work. And you're going to tell me that I can't come back to work because I was sick. Or you might think I'm a friggin' liability to that company. Which I had explained to her, as long as I have my inhaler right now at this given point in my disease process, I'm okay. Nothing will impede my working. Might still get a little tired, but who don't? Hell, I'm 54 years old, and she gets tired. She doesn't do nothing but sit on her butt. She's younger than I am. I'll get off that soapbox, but, I don't feel bad. I don't care what happens to her right now. I don't. Because she damn sure didn't care what was happening to me. She didn't care enough about me to, I just can't believe it. But so she's going to get her. I guarantee you by the time I'm done, one way or the other, she's going to feel exactly the way I felt. Mark those words. Yeah, people had died. Well, I guess it's a thing, and it's called mortar dirt. Well, I know what mortar is, but when I think of mortar, I think of mortar fire, When somebody hollers, "We're under mortar fire," that's pretty much somebody's throwing little bombs at you. Hand grenades, any mortar, anything that would be considered uh, shrapnel, or could turn into shrapnel. And mortar, what the bomb is built in. That's how I think. After we got off the phone, I told you she was covered. Oh yeah, I know. I knew it. You just validated what I was already thinking. I thought, yeah, that bitch is trying to avoid me. Well, I'm going to go above her head now, you know, because she could not be mature enough and corporate enough. She's supposed to be the administrator of that place. She should be corporate enough, responsible enough, and mature enough to talk to me on an adult level. And I didn't appreciate it. And what made me even madder was when I called up there this morning, the damn CMA up there, she's just a CMA. She's not even certified in as many things as I am, but she thinks she runs that place. And Kim lets her. That's her right hand girl. Well, you and your right hand girl are about to go down because, for one, that CMA has no right telling me what to do or telling me if I can or cannot come back to work. And she did tell me that. Well, you can't come back without a doctor's release, which I already knew. It just pissed me off the way she said it. So I get my doctor's note and my release, and they ignore it. And it wouldn't, even if they hired me back now, guys, I couldn't probably go back because they'd make it so miserable on me that, I would probably end up quitting anyway. It's either quit or break somebody's jaw. And I don't want to do that. So, I mean, I'm not dead yet, people. And they better understand that. No, well, there's a DON, but this is the administrator of the company. Every place has an administrator that is above the director of nursing. Nursing homes, yes, there's a DON. Assisted living, you can call her a DON. When I first started working there, they had an RN that worked there that ran the medical part of it. But Kim pissed her off too. And this is one thing I don't agree with. In assisted living, the rules are so different. For one, those administrators in there have had very little education. They know very little about business. They know very little about anything when it pertains to running a company. They go to school maybe 6 weeks just to get their administrative license, and then all of a sudden they're above the RN that has a BSN in nursing, in science, 4-year RNs. And you're going to tell me this chick that's gone to work, gone to school for 6 weeks in a little Botech or whatever, it has more education smarts than the director of nursing. Well, that pissed her off, and I guess the director of nursing, our RN that we had, her and Kim got into it, and Kim fired her. Now, she didn't have a DON, but the CMA that's there thinks she knows everything about all this. She's not even an LPN, but she thinks she can run that damn medical unit, and she can't. She's not that friggin' smart. There's many things she doesn't know how to do. She can't even pass her damn insulin test. Hell, I got that. Anyway, I'm going to get off of it because I'm not getting on there again. My opinion means shit. She's got her ass secured up her nose up Kim's ass so far that it don't matter anyway. So, and it wouldn't matter what I said. I'm just bitches to me. I'm going to be a bitch back. But that's what I was going to say. When I called and asked for Kim, when the phone first answered, when somebody picked it up, it took a minute. I could envision Kim answering the phone and handing it to Hester. And that's exactly what happened. Now, you can't tell me it didn't. Because I could tell somebody had put their hand over the mouthpiece of the phone so that I couldn't hear. But they could see my number pop up on that damn phone and knew exactly who it was that was calling. And you could hear when she was taking her hand off the phone to speak with me, you could hear her laughing. I could hear her just as plainly as anyone, and automatically that set the tone for what I was about to say. All that did was put more fire under my ass. And I thought, well, you immature bitches, you are very, no wonder everybody wants to just slap you. You're just so unbelievably immature, childlike. Who does that? You know, who sits there and makes fun of people like that and laughs like fucking kindergartners? You know, it's like being back in high school again. You just don't do that as adults, and especially representatives of a company. And that's exactly what I told corporate. I said, you all need to really look at that at Brookdale Ada. Sorry, I just said the name. Maybe I said it too fast. Nobody will know what I said. I don't care. It's my business. I work there. I can say what I want. Major coming home, more of a nursing home, Eastern State Hospital to change our procedures. Yeah. Yeah, if state showed up. Oh, no. Let me tell you, these people already got state snowballed. I mean, they are honestly not as hard on assisted living as they are a nursing home. And up until this place started taking long-term care uh, residents, this actual state of Oklahoma didn't even go in to do inspections unless, um, they were called, unless they had a complaint, and then they have to show up to investigate that complaint. But you'd be surprised how much sweeping shit underneath the rug goes on before state walks in those doors. I guarantee you it happens. And some of those, the nurses that work for the state have already been directors of nursing in some of these nursing homes, and they know what's up. They're not stupid. It just all depends on what kind of mood they're in, how bad stuff is, and how you talk to them. I guarantee it, what they're going to do to you. Now, if it's an IJ and when it goes into immediate jeopardy, then yeah, you're going to get tagged and you're going to get given X amount of time to get that tag fixed, or you're going to be shut down. But, that has to be something extremely bad, where someone's in immediate danger, of whatever. It has to be taken care of right then, not tomorrow. You stop whatever you're doing and you start dealing with it right now, or we're going to shut you down. It's exactly how they do it. And I've never done that. At first I kind of felt like a little tattletale, but I don't care. I am so tired of working my butt off in this field and getting the short end of the stick every time. Nobody, I'll go in there and work. You wouldn't even, I have proof of how many hours I used to work. Nobody else did. I'd stay over when nobody else did. But I didn't know that I was starting to feel, get sick like I was. I just didn't have the energy anymore. I just chalked it up. Well, I'm getting older, and I can't work like I used to. I can't do these 16-hour shifts 3 days in a row, And of course, if you ever tell them no, they get mad. It's like, well, we ain't got anybody else. Well, if you'd stop pissing people off and treat them like human beings, they might stay here and work for you. You can't treat people like shit and expect them to want to come to work. It's already hard enough working in those, facilities. I'm shutting down churches and replacing them with pagan temples. It's going to be a state mandate. Oh, Aiden. Boy, wouldn't that cause a rift in our system? Whew. Talk about a new holy war. It'd be created. Well, I'm sorry, but the church has started how many holy wars? Well, the people in the church's name, in Christianity's name. I'll rephrase that. A lot of them. It's amazing. So why not the witches rise up? Y'all don't take me seriously. Don't be going out and start hurting people, okay? Just because I said that. I have to say that. I'm just kidding. Although, the idea has crossed everybody's mind, I'm sure. But I don't want nobody blaming shit on me. Well, I went crazy because Lady Adara said. That's just a scapegoat and excuse to do something stupid, and I'm not going to be part of it. All the churches are starting a new saying about witches cursing Halloween candy that's given out to the kids. Oh my God. They need to get over it, man. Come on. This has been like ever since Christ was, put on the cross. I'm just so sick of it. I guarantee you a Christian would probably hurt a kid quicker than a witch would. And we all know that. I know people that claim to be Christians and beat their children. We're cutting evil intent into the candy before we give it to. Oh, okay, that's what we do. Is that what we do? I didn't realize that. Wow. They're probably scared they're going to convert their children to paganism. Well, if she fits, I think the children ought to have the right to decide for themselves. I mean, either way, I don't necessarily have anything against Christians, but they have everything in the world against me. They claim to go by their book, and they're the first ones to judge you, the very first ones to throw the first stone every time. Hypocrites. LL, nope, I would hex the coffee. I'm not putting that much energy into nothing to hex anybody unless they've really screwed me over, like this place up here. I mean, do I just can't. It just astounds me that people think that we have nothing better to do with our time than sit around just throwing curses and hexes on people. That's the very last thing most witches are about. They need to do their research and learn about it, and then run their mouths. I don't know. I'm just sick of hearing it. I'm just sick of it. And sure, they fell asleep during the pastor's sermon. Oh my. I'll tell you what, though, the church that I was raised in, I mean, I cannot say that the church was a bad experience for me when I was young, because I did enjoy going. I enjoyed because I went with my grandma, and my grandma, that was her world, and I respected that. I never did feel like I quite fit in, but it wasn't, I could still go sit in a church. It won't bother me, and I won't combust into flames, I guarantee you. In fact, nobody even know I'm a witch sitting there. But they claim to be able to pick shit out. They're just so ignorant sometimes. They just baffle me. It's like, really, where did that even come from? Come on. Use your common sense. Well, Celtic's Hex was saying, why curse the candy when we're just going to eat the children later? Yeah, why would we want to poison them when, we're going to eat them and then they'll poison us? That's kind of stupid. It just really baffles me how stupid some people can be. So, I mean, I just don't get it. But, to each their own. We don't care if they exist. We don't care what church they go to or what God they hold worship, whatever you want to call it with them. I don't care. They live and let live, but they won't do that for us. They've got to have their nose up our butts and breathing down our necks and just butt out. Leave me alone. If it wasn't for the Crusades, most people would still be pagan. Probably so. Well, that's another issue I don't like getting into is the Knights Templar. That right there is your perfect example of how hypocritical Christianity can be. Plumb from the king himself. They treated them horribly. I mean, if you do your research on the Knights Templar, you'll see what I'm talking about. They were used, literally abused, and then murdered. But we're the bad ones. The witches are bad ones. You don't killing, knights or pretty much killing anyone. Most. And I mean, there was a time when the Christians, that's what baffles me. They were treated the same way. King Herod and um, the pharaohs and Moses. There's the stories all through the book, the Bible, and the way they were treated for believing in what they believed in, and that's why it is so baffling to me that they would turn right around and do the same thing to the witches. The same exact thing that was done to them. They decided to burn the witches, just like Christians were burned and killed in many different ways, and didn't stop them when they decided they wanted to do it to somebody else. Most of these wars that have ever happened started over religion. I guarantee it, especially in the older days. Maybe not so much nowadays. It's usually over power and money and weapons and whatever. But most of the wars before were simply over religion. Lexi, stop! What the hell? What are you doing? Such noise in there. Was you scratching on your pad? That was loud. Sorry, she's in there right by Robert's door scratching on her scratch pad, and I mean it was extremely loud. There's times I'm kind of glad he's a little deaf. He don't get woke up so easy. Christianity is rebranded paganism. Oh yeah, every almost all their holidays came from paganism. If you do the research, they just took our holidays and turned them into more acceptable and made them more Christian-y. Like Christmas. It was Yule. And everybody knows that Jesus Christ, it is not his birthday. He was born in February. They just want to shut down any spirituality religion that would take money away. Exactly. It's all about the money. It's always been about land and money. Well, that, and some of them actually do believe that the more people they convert, they're paving their way to heaven, and that's where they're so wrong. That's where they've misinterpreted their book. Because you can turn anybody towards a path, but you can't guarantee they're going to stay on it, for one. And then you can't just go off wreaking havoc and going completely against what you've been taught and what you're telling this other person they should be doing. Once again, being hypocritical. You can't do that. Acting out of fear, churches are losing money. Yeah. All about numbers. Yep. Just like the evangelistics that get on TV, what are they hollering for? We need money. Well, Tammy Faye Baker getting up there with her huge ass diamond ring on her finger and all that fake gaudy makeup and them false lashes and them fake fingernails, and she's just the epiphany of yuck. My grandma was a devout Christian, but she was so different. She did not judge people. Now, with me, it was a little different because she had it in her mind she was saving my soul. I let her get by with that because That's the way she believed, and I never once cut it down. Um, that woman had raised me. She's one of the most loving people in my life, and I just didn't want to do or say anything to upset her about religion. We just didn't talk about it. And I had a lot of fun with her in church. I used to enjoy going to church until I started getting older and listening to them. And I could hear these women in the background just gossiping. Oh my God, it was horrible. It's like, oh my gosh, didn't the preacher just teach us not to do that? And they're sitting there, you can hear them going out the front doors of the church. Well, I don't know why he would say that in that sermon. I wonder why his wife ought to get him at lunchtime today. I mean, it's just sickening, 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 sickening. And I grew up listening to that crap. And I'm like, no, I don't even want to be around them negative ninnies anymore. And that's all they are. People thinking that they're better than everybody else and they're the only ones going to heaven. You know, Not true. I hate to burst their bubble, but that's just not true. The church I went to, the youth pastor's wife and the one Sunday school teacher for the kids were two of the biggest. Oh, I know. Even when they would do this Joy's Unconcerned or Boy. Yeah, it's a mess. And I honestly think that that's why a lot of witches are solitaire too. Um, because a lot of us were raised in the church. I mean, how can you not be in this day and age most of the time? Over probably, I'd say at least 60% of people anymore are raised in a organized religion, some part of Christianity, which is religion at the moment. It hadn't always been. It didn't even used to exist, as you know. That Christianity's it's still pretty young. It's still a pretty young religion compared to the span of time. High school teacher was a man. He would tell everybody's business. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Just gossips and hypocrites, backstabbers, users. And not saying all of them. Like I said, there are some good people out there that consider themselves Christian. I don't look at somebody and say automatically, well, what religion are you or what path do you follow, and then judge you from that. I don't do that. That's usually the last question that ever arises with me. It just depends on how you treat me, what your outlook is, and how you treat other people that I can see. I don't care what path you follow. Yeah, people abuse the church. It works both ways. I mean, we're human, and this humans, I'm sorry, are some of the nastiest, ill-informed, ruthless, uncaring creatures that have ever been on this planet. There's times that I'll sit and I'll get to thinking about things, and I'll just get so upset that I'm just ashamed to say that I'm even part human. I'm so ashamed of I'm not going to say race, of my, yeah, the human race. Sometimes I'm just ashamed to say that I'm part of it. But I know I'm not that way. But I'm not perfect. I'm not going to say I haven't been vindictive. I'm not going to say that I haven't purposely hurt people's feelings, because I have. But I don't make a habit of it. I try to be the best person I can be every day. Sometimes my temper gets the best of me. And the problem is, I'm educated. I'm a pretty smart witch, and it's really hard to get the wool over my eyes, because I don't let go until I have figured out what I need to figure out. Unfortunately, that's just my personality. I like to know what's going on, and I will win if possible. Churches are narcissists' extreme place. They can justify any shitty behavior. Yeah, that's true. I mean, how many of them, there's that little phrase in the Bible, take a rod. I believe it's in the Old Testament. Spare the rod, spoil the child. In other words, if you see the devil in your child, take a rod and beat the devil out of him. Some people take that seriously. And they do beat their children. Because that book told them that child was possessed and you should beat it out of him. Some of them even killed him. Do that research. But has anybody been sued that, puts out the Bible? No. It was a witch that wrote a book dictating or trying to help somebody's life, and anything went wrong just because another human being took it out of context or took it upon themselves to be assholes and ignorant people, went and killed someone or did whatever, then it's that witch's fault. It always goes back. It's like, yeah, I wrote it. But do you see anywhere in here when I said, go kill that child? No. Idiots. I'll tell you what, not meaning to bring my illness back up, but, I've been telling y'all that I kind of flop back and forth on the emotions of this. And one of my first thoughts out of the gate was, it's finally almost over. I can finally go home and get off of this tacky, evil ass planet with these evil ass people that are running amok and don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. I'm finally gonna be free of them. And this meat sack, it's amazing some of the stuff that might go through your head at times like that. But that's one good way to look at it. I won't have to deal with their shit anymore. Everybody, most of the bickering that I hear nowadays is so obsolete. It's just so inane and just useless. People cause trouble where it does not need to be. And if people would learn to let shit go, don't harp on it. Okay, you said your piece, move on. I'm not going to go into any examples on that, but I'm sure you can get my gist. Get over it. I'm so sick of hearing about certain things over and over and over and over. And oh my God, I'm getting treated so bad. Fucking whining, man. Grow the hell up. Just makes me so mad. How many times has it come out about priests and pastors? Oh, I know. But we're the bad ones. It's all us. Anyway, I've given that enough thought. I don't even care. They do what they want as long as they stay the hell away from me. And keep their damn opinion to themselves unless I ask for it. I know about the church. I was raised in it. I'm not ignorant to that. I had a good church, so I must say, the first original church that my grandma took me to, I really enjoyed that church. My Sunday school teacher was wonderful. My pastor was wonderful. It's as I was growing and went to other churches that I started noticing the crap that goes on in them. Honestly, I think the only way America is going to come back together is if we have another civil war. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to fight. Well, I'm too old to do all that fighting, but I understand, and you're not the only one that feels that way. Well, I'll tell you where it needs to start, and it's pretty simple. Everybody mind your own damn business. If somebody's doing something you don't like, if it's not harming you or hurting you, just because it might go against what you believe in, who cares? You're not walking that person's path, but out of their life. Unless you can help someone or make their life better, Leave them the hell alone. As long as they're not hurting you or anybody you love and not interfering with your day-to-day fucking living, leave them alone, butt out. Go on about your business. I know people are getting sick. I know. I have no idea what it's going to come down to. I mean, there's no telling. This at this time can go either way. It could be a whole nother civil war. Um, I don't know. I don't even know. Things are so messed up nowadays, and I guarantee you, they'll wish that it treated the witches a little bit better because we have our ways of soothing things, calming things, healing the earth, and everything that we touch. They'll wish that it treated us a little bit better, or at least gave us the respect we deserve for our own thinking and our own minds and what our talents are and what we bring to the table for this earth. You know, they had a gift right in front of them and they decided to abuse it instead of use it. So, if Cheeto Dash runs again, oh boy. Huh? What? What the hell are you talking about? Lady Blind Wolf, you crack me up. Just out of nowhere, you come off with this shit, and I'm like, where'd that come from? What does that even mean? You do that to me all the time. It's like, what in the, oh, Trump, Cheeto dust. I've never heard him called that. I've heard him called a lot of things. Oh my gosh. Mm. Cheap Cheeto dust. That's funny. Well, yeah, that was funny. That was truly funny. I had no idea what the hell you were talking about because his face. Well, because he uses that self tanning crap. I bet you anything that's what that is. I'm sure of it. That shit'll turn you orange. I've even heard him be called an Oompa Loompa. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. I'll tell you, though, and this ain't a political channel, and I'll probably get my ass yanked out of here for talking politically, but because, they have a really good history of butting in on people's rights on this platform. They don't let you exercise your freedom of speech. I guarantee it. But I actually, kind of like Trump in a way. I mean, I think he's a little too hot-headed, but if you calm down just a hair and learn the political lingo, but in a way, I believe what he's saying. I'd be the same way. I'm not going to talk all political. I'm not going to go through the book and act like, we're part of the Whig administration. Um, Talk to you straight out and put it to you, in layman's terms. This is how the hell it should be. He really was for the people. I've gathered that. I watched him. And I really think that he had good intentions for America and still does. Um, I'm not necessarily that affiliation, but sometimes it don't matter. I don't think that there should be affiliations. I don't think people should be labeled. I don't think when you register to vote that you have to say if you're Democrat or Republican or independent. I don't think any of that should matter. If that person that is running is a good person and is going to do something good for America, I wouldn't care if he was Democrat, Republican, black, white, green, yellow, or orange. I don't care. As long as they get up there and they treat my people and my country right, I'm good with that. I don't care. I'm not going to say, well, I'm Democrat, so I need a Democrat up there. No Republican's going to work. People are that immature. They're so caught up in the political realm that they really think in the long run that shit's going to matter. It's not going to matter when everything hits the fan. It's not going to matter what office you held at the state capitol. You better learn how to grow a garden and pitch a tent and live off the land that they're allowing to be destroyed right before our very eyes. Because that may be what it comes to one day. Well, clearly his makeup artist wasn't getting their full paycheck. Y'all are awful. But funny. Because he was always white around there. Yeah, I noticed that. Like the raccoon in reverse. Yeah. That's why I thought, he just went and got them damn spray tans. Honestly, that's what I thought. It's like, dude, you need to rub that in a little bit. The only thing I liked about him was his policies on money distribution and extent. Anything else, I'm the complete opposite. Yeah, I thought he was a little too hot-headed. I kind of liked his moxie. He was unconventional and unlike any other president, that's for sure. And in reality, maybe that's what America needed anyway. You get tired of these people standing up there all straight-laced. Well, this is look what we got now. Come on. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about it. But most of them just stand around, with their hands like they're all calm and but in the long run, y'all do know that the President of the United States is only a representative. He really doesn't have as much power as people think that he does. He has a lot, don't get me wrong, but I guarantee you that's why there's Congress. Do your research on government and politics. I guarantee you Congress can overthrow that president any damn time they feel like it. He is only the main speaker of the House, is a good layman's way to put it. He is the overall speaker for America. Would be the best way to describe the President of the United States of America. But that's why we have Congress in there, in the Senate, and stuff like that. So we are not a monarchy. Congress and the Senate are supposed to be we the people. Well, they're not. They don't speak for me half the time. They say shit I don't believe in. And I didn't ask them to say. Seems funny to me, our tax money is paying them a lot of damn money and they're living in these big, beautiful houses and their kids don't miss a meal every night. But these hardworking Americans out here that can't afford that stuff because they're spending all the money, can't feed their children. And they do work. Some of them work 2 jobs. Mom and dad both working 2 jobs just to pay bills. They don't have to worry about that shit. They sit up there, they run their mouths all day, think what good a paycheck they're going to get that month, and they go home to their big, beautiful houses, and, their wives are wearing nice clothes and diamonds, and, they're happy. They're fine. Guarantee you. The only thing I liked about everybody puts those of us that are on disability down, but what about all those people that quit their jobs because they don't want to go? Exactly. And we talked about that the other night. I mean, people have the right to make their own decisions, yes. I would never try to take that away from someone, their free will. But, sometimes you have to take responsibility for your own actions and what ensues because of those actions. Okay, your family's starving. Well, get your ass back on that truck and drive it. Take that shot. It's not going to kill you. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it so you don't infect somebody else. It's that simple. It's not that hard of a decision to make. I'm going to say I didn't like the idea at first either, because my body just does not do well with inoculations. It never has. I'm in very good health. I always have been until something major pops up, like right now. Now I'm thankful after I've been diagnosed with what I have that I got those shots, because I would be very susceptible to catching COVID-19 with what I have, because now my respiratory system is immunocompromised. So I'm glad I took the shots. It's just one step of protecting me. If you don't care about protecting nobody else, at least protect yourself. And in turn with that, you'll be protecting somebody else. I'm not going to get on that soapbox either, because I can see her talk Tom Blue in the damn face and it ain't going to matter. How many of these politicians have their kids? And probably none of them, because I'm sure that them kids would get a lot of help. Some parent sitting around aggravated at the politician, per se, whichever parent it might be. And, their kids hear about it, and then your kids go to school and take it out on that kid. It's not the kid's fault that their parents are idiots. I'm sorry, but it's not. God damn, he's got it so hot in here, y'all. I can hardly breathe. He turns that heater up so high at night. That son of a bitch is on 78. I'm about to fry. That's another thing. They don't need to be discussing all that crap in front of these children to where, they take all that back to school with an attitude. You know what I'm saying? This is where that's where their little worlds can get rocked very quickly. How many of these? Okay. I can understand and respect people with medical issues and stuff not getting the shot. Yeah, I have a humidifier. Yeah. Yeah, Robert bought me one with Vicks. But, I just have I don't know. I've always had a hard time. Now, I can sleep with, maybe a candle burning, which I shouldn't, and I don't. That's not what I meant to say. When I know I'm about to fall asleep, I'll roll over and blow it out. But, the smell of that doesn't bother me. But all that mentholatum going up my nose and stuff all night long, I don't sleep that well. A little bit, and for a little while, I don't know if they have those vaporizers that'll cut off after a certain amount of time. If they don't, they should have. And I just gave somebody $1 million idea. I better get some of the money. That they'll cut off after a certain time, because I don't want to sleep all night with that vapor going up my nose and down in my chest, because to me, it just does not seem healthy. Your lungs are not made to contain fluid. That is pneumonia. Now, a little bit to break stuff up if you're really congested and make you cough is perfectly acceptable. But laying there all night, every night, just breathing that vapor in, it's like the smoking vape pens that people are using. Those are just not at all. It's not just the nicotine. It's the vapor, the water droplets going into your lungs all the time from the vapor. Be right back. Pee break. When it comes to politics, I'm very anti-extremist and very anti-absolute. It doesn't get anything done when nobody's willing to budge. Exactly. Or at least come to some sort of compromise. We all have to live here. And to quote the great Martin Luther King, why can't we all just get along? And we would get along a lot better if, in the very first place, people mind their own business. If it doesn't concern them, doesn't matter what somebody else is doing and what God they're following, that is the least of your concerns. Your only concern on this earth should be taking care of yourself, your family, and being the best person you can be, taking care of this earth and the animals. If everybody would just come to that conclusion, everything would be perfect. This would be another Garden of Eden, but they will never happen. Human beings just aren't that damn smart. They can't get it figured out. So this is the way the world has always been, ever since man put his first step on it, and it will be till he takes his last foot off of it. I mistrust all politicians equally. Yeah. And that's, a lot of people believe that way because they're just not doing anything. I mean, you look at our society, look at America right now. It's in so much turmoil because our leaders, per se, Aren't doing a damn thing. They sit up there, they talk all day. What the hell do they talk about? They meet, they're up there in session every day about something. What the hell are they addressing? Why isn't anything getting accomplished? I don't see anything getting accomplished. I don't even watch it anymore. They make me so upset and nervous that I just don't even like to watch it. And as y'all know, I used to be a government and politics major in college, and it's a good thing I didn't get there because I probably would have already been dead by now. Somebody, not a normal human being, but somebody else in that in the politics, higher ups would have probably already had me bumped off because I wouldn't have kept my mouth shut. I would have been doing my job, and I would have made sure that the people knew I was there for them, not my own benefit. That's why I wanted to go in there in the first place, and I was damn good at it, and I made straight A's in college with it. But that's just not the path I took. I went on into nursing, so and we need to get her on TikTok. No, no, you don't. No, ma'am. We've had that discussion, Lady Blumel. TikTok is not the place for me. I'm sure, at least here, and I tell people, if you don't like what I say on my channel, this is my channel. If it offends you, don't watch me. As simple as that. Turn it off. It's just like the TV. Nobody tells you can't, they don't go around cutting people's TVs off, do they? Or shutting TV stations down? Hell no. You don't like something on a channel, you turn it, right? Well, social media is the same way. If you don't agree with me or like what I say or like my channel, don't flip and watch me because I don't care. I love everybody. I try to help everyone, and I love the thought that people take time to watch me. But I'm not kissing nobody's ass, and I'm not changing my belief system, and I'm not going to comply with something just so I can be on here that I don't agree with. I have my own mind. I'm not, I'm a leader, not a follower. And I don't walk around with my head up somebody else's ass in front of me to where I don't know, can't see where I'm going myself. Oh no, you're just going to make me go do all the crazy stuff on myself. Well, what are you doing? You already know she would be canceled in a week or less. Yeah, probably so. Because I've noticed, and that's why I said this specifically on my thing yesterday. This is supposed to be my platform. We do have such a thing as freedom of speech in my Constitution. That is my constitutional right to say what the hell I think. It's not hate speech. It's not inciting riots. It's not doing that crap. It's my personal belief system that I have every right to believe in. I am a natural born freaking American. I know my rights. And for them to censor me, because I noticed, okay, this is what set me off. With what I've been going through here lately and the turmoil and the thought processes that I've had to process, um, I started watching certain videos like for palliative care, things that would ease my mind, because you think about all kinds of stuff, believe you me. And there was this one lady I had been watching, and I would watch her videos till I just kind of got so sad I couldn't watch them anymore, and then I would stop, and then I'd pick it up the next night, and uh, went back to watch the last few, and YouTube had taken them off. So this content has been removed because people were complaining it was too sad. Don't watch it. Doesn't mean that the person next to you doesn't want to see it. This person is trying to give the last effort, their last things, their last words on this earth, and people aren't going to respect that. Well, it offends me that you took it off. What are you going to do about it then? If they don't like it, turn the fucking channel. Don't watch it. But you always gotta have these people. I don't know what they do with the rest of their lives. If all they have the time to do is sit here on YouTube and go through everybody's freaking videos and say, well, I don't like it, take it down. I thought my life was boring. That's a pretty bored son of a bitch right there. They need to be given a real job. They need to find something to do. So now I have to do a TikTok video and dedicate it to you. Okay, you can. That'd be funny to watch. I would enjoy that. Be careful. These creators that attack people for their disabilities are allowed to keep their channels up. And see, I guess I've never watched a video on that. I mean, I honestly haven't ever watched one that, of course, I there's only certain types of videos I watch, but um, I haven't ever watched one that they're actually, I feel, attacking or making fun of a disabled person, because then I would be involved. You can bet your sweet patootie I would be involved in that one. That there ain't no sense in that. I don't know which one that would be. Yeah, Johnny Dragon is autistic. A couple of people has attacked her. What for? I mean, what are they saying? I probably don't want to know. It's not like I don't have enough shit to be fired up about right now. Don't give me any more ideas. And y'all like that. Y'all watching me get my Irish up, don't you? I just I'm just a firm believer everybody needs to mind their own damn business. I guarantee you, you'd be surprised how many things would fall into place and take care of itself if everybody just mind their own fucking business. If you don't like me saying the F word, don't watch me. I'm an adult. I'm 54 years old. If I want to cuss, I can cuss. I have all the little crap up on before my channel. Yes, there may be foul language. I'm not putting on a porno here. Every word out of my mouth isn't a bad cuss word or anything like that, but I have been known to cuss, and I have been known to lose my temper and say things, and I mean them. But that's my right. Freedom of speech. They'll keep on and they'll get a lawsuit. You are infringing on my rights, dude. Well, you're infringing on somebody else's rights when you talk like that. No, I'm not, because I warn them before they get on my channel there may be content. And if you're a Christian or a goody two shoes, what the hell are you doing watching a witch's channel anyway, huh? Yeah, coming out of the closet. I don't know. You just honestly, I mean, you sometimes you just have to laugh about it, or it will drive you crazy, and it really pisses me off sometimes. And I have a zero tolerance for stupidity and unwarranted bullshit. People just have nothing better to do with their lives than to make somebody else miserable, and that's just not the way to be. Yeah, need to do that fetish video for you both. Oh boy. Well, now when you do something like that, or you, Aiden, the people I know, if you put something on TikTok, then message me, send it to me, and on my Facebook Messenger, however you want to do it, and I will watch it. I always do, but if you don't tell me that it was you and you put one up, I don't go trolling TikTok. I don't. Some of that, I tried it one time just to say that I looked through it, and that's some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. And I just really don't want to be privy to it. I don't even want it hurting my eyes. Some of it was kind of funny, though. I mean, like what you do, Lady Blind Wolf, she just gets up there and makes cute little videos. But some of it is just outrageously stupid, and I'm just not going to watch it. Get me fired up again. I always send it PM. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I enjoy a lot of them. The Ouija board. Oh, I know. I don't. Who was that? Was that just a random girl that sat there beside you saying, "Should we tell him?" I don't know if every other witch believes like me, but I believe that that board is a way for the spirits to communicate. Some of them may have even been trapped in those boards, and when you burn those boards, all you're doing is setting that spirit free out on the earth. Better think about that one. If you really feel that way about a Ouija board, best thing to do with it is put it in, maybe a cement box and bury it. Destroying it, all that does. What we do with our spells. We write them up and dress them up however we want, and then I do mine. I usually put mine out in the universe with fire. So that right there is not going to kill that spirit in that Ouija board. All you're doing is destroying a beautiful board. And I've seen a lot of really pretty Ouija boards. So there was a minister burning all of those tools of Satan Ouija board. Yeah, that's what she was telling me. That's the one I'm talking about. So another witch saw it and was making. Yeah. You bury them. He is that's what I said. You just need to go ahead and bury it. If you feel you've gotten one that's that way, or you can try to make friends with it. You can check out their energy and see if it's adaptable with yours, and if you can reside in the same household together, and just make them feel welcome, like you would any other spirit that's happened to find you along the way. I always say, y'all know how I am. As long as they don't come in here and make my life live in hell and annoy me all the time, I don't care. Stick around. I don't care. He just did it for show. Oh, so it wasn't really. He's just trying to be, a little badass, huh? Oh, my Lord, these people. Will they ever learn? As Stevie says. The Queen, Stevie Nicks. Will you ever learn? Will you ever win? I would love to see what the spirits do to him. Well, and I'm telling you, just because you might not see it, they'll deal with him. When some people say they don't believe in karma, I'm telling you, it exists. I've seen it way too many times. And I did not have to lift a finger, light a candle, do a spell, nothing. It just happened. So, I don't know. But, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I really do. But there's some really just crazy shit going on nowadays. I mean, it's just way out of line and out of hand. Someone's going to have to get a grip. Some people are their own. Yeah, they will drive themselves into crazy mode because they think something has been put on them, or, they find out a witch is living next door and, oh my God, let's kill her. She's going to hurt us. Whatever. They should actually feel privileged that there's a witch living next to them. That's the way I feel about it. That witch can help you through a lot of stuff. Yep. And it's fun. Ones that say, don't be quick to judge me, are the first ones to do the judging. I just never will understand it. What about that minister that was calling all Christians to boycott Dollars Free because of which was in there buying stuff for spells? I didn't hear about that. I tell you what, and I've been afraid of this for a long time, and I really hate to say it out loud, but we've had the witch hunts never stopped. If you look back, they ceased for, slowed way down as far as, killing the women and stuff go, but they haven't ever really stopped. There's still people gunning for the witches, and they're just not allowed to go and do what they used to do to us anymore. But I'll tell you, the new generations of witches that keep coming up, they're not as afraid as the older witches were to stand up for what they believe in, and they learned how to fight back. So it would behoove someone to know that if you find out I'm a witch and I'm living next door to you, and you attempt to come into my home to harm my personage or anybody else or anything else in my house, I'm going to shoot you. I'm not afraid of you. I will shoot you if you come in my house with ill intent, uninvited. And I have that right. So you better remember that. And there's a lot of other witches that feel the same way I do. It's not going to be so easy to kill us out this time. We know how to fight back. If intention was all it took for spells to work, I would be thin, rich, and married to Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes. Oh, Aiden, I just love you. And you see what he does, Lady Blonde? I think that's so cool. And I don't know if he knows I know it or not, but he'll see me start and get fired up, and then he'll throw something in there that he knows is going to make me laugh, and it calms me. He's like my little mediator. He's like my little conscience inside of me that's saying, okay, now calm down. It's okay. Calm down now. I know what you're. He says, we can't let the old witch get all fired up. That crone will hurt you. That's funny. Now all we do is read a book and snap our fingers and bring fell into being. Yep. My blonde ass would be in Florida. That's okay. Let's move to Florida, Lady Blonde. I'll lead you around. I will watch out for you. Let's go there. That's where all the old people go. I think we're about at that age. Let's head on out. Actually, I have my best friend for damn near my whole life. Just moved from Florida, and when she told me she moved from Florida to Georgia, I was like, "Why?" I was planning on coming up there and staying with you. I don't want to go to Georgia. I've been to Georgia. It's beautiful, but that's not where I planned on retiring, woman. I wanted to retire by the ocean. And that certain person you both know about. Oh, yeah. I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. When they come on and say stupid shit like that, I'm like, do they really believe that? Were they taught that way, or is that something they just thought up in their head? But at the same time, I'm trying not to shut down their belief, because that's not my job. I just try to steer it in a direction that makes sense. Not just makes sense to me, but makes sense to the whole realm of the witchdom. The way things are done and the way the universe works, and the yin and yang of things. It's like, where did you come up with that? I'm just really curious to know sometimes where this shit comes up, or how, or why they would even think that way. Snapping her fingers, we have a lot of things changed the name check. Oh. Well, I don't know, but I don't know. I try not to. I know me, so I try not to get to delve that far into everything all at once and stay there, because I end up getting upset, and a part of me wants to use my experience as a witch to zap something on them and go, now take. That's what it's about. But I'll just say whatever, do my stuff and let everybody else be. Unless I find out they're trying to get me involved unwillingly, and then I might turn into a different person, like hexing the fair, the moon. Oh, I know. That was just some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Where do you buy Florida water, by the way? Okay. Where do you buy Florida water, Aiden? Or get a specialty food store and they don't sell it? Oh, are you serious? Okay. Well, if you're serious, you can get it on Amazon. Um, Louisiana is extremely big on selling Florida water. Just about any store you go into, any in the state of Louisiana, pretty much you're going to be able to find Florida water. Or you can make your own. And darling, you live in Texas, so you have plenty of access to Hispanic grocery stores to go and buy your Florida water. Yeah. Well, and it's not just a Hispanic either. I mean, all different practitioners, voodoo, hoodoo, um, all kinds of people use Florida water. But it's usually for cleansing. Hispanic, Botanica, Hispanic grocery store, CVS even sells it, but it's expensive. I've never seen it in our CVS stores. Like, are you talking about like Walgreens? Sometimes they call it spiritual flow. Oh, see, I've never heard it called that. Honestly, haven't ever used Florida water. I've just never needed it. I use my own stuff that does the same thing. You can make your own sprays. Probably a lot cheaper than that Florida water is. But actually, I had some in my shopping cart from a witch that I was going to try to help out. But it just got to the point where I didn't have the money to get it, so the cart stayed there and nothing got actually bought. Is Florida water considered blessed water? If not, how do you make it blessed water? The same way you would any other water. The same way you would bless any other water. It just depends on what ritual you do. Pick one. There's millions of them. And it also depends on which pantheon you follow. I mean, there are Christian witches, especially in voodoo, hoodoo, and I mean, um, well, I don't know that you'd say Christian, but a lot of them are. Um, I'm not an expert on all that, so because that's not my path, but from what I've seen and what other witches have told me, uh, you can make your own. It's kind of like, I look at it kind of like the witch's version of holy water. Seriously, you can do that yourself. And if you look, you can probably research it online, and a lot of these witches probably have put a recipe up for it. So, I mean, you can try that. Because I'm honestly not really sure. I think it's just probably water like we use our salt water. You know, it's probably purified and as pure as it can get, and used for cleansing, just like we would splash our salt water around our area before we cast or meditate or whatever we want to do. It's just called something different, and it's from a different um, I'm not going to say religion, but just a different way. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think y'all do. Just called something different. Same thing, just called something different from a different group. I might just try Hispanic store. I'll call before I go. It's a bit of, yeah. Yeah, I would just call and ask them. I mean, you can buy it online, but I'm telling you that shipping and handling off of online is just so bad that that right there is what stops a lot of people. It's not that the product is that expensive, it's just getting it shipped to you that's really outrageous nowadays. Just insane. Go to the Dollar Tree, go buy some witch hazel and rubbing alcohol and whatever cleansing herbs. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. You can make your own water. You use salt and, salt and regular boiled water. It's just as good as anything you could buy, and it's very cheap. And you're making it yourself. Therefore, your intention's going into that water. You can even put you a clear quartz crystal in it to charge it to make it more powerful. You can charge it under the moon. That could be considered moon water. Could be um, the same thing as Florida water. We purify and cleanse things in our spaces with moon water because there's more energy in it from the moon. However you want to do it. I mean, if you want to buy Florida water, make it. I mean, buy it, but you can make your own stuff that'll do the same thing. Just be aware that when you go and buy Florida water, chicken feed, and Santa Muerte candles, you're going to get some funny look. Okay. Especially when you go to get chicken feed and he asks your Mexican daughter translate into Spanish and she doesn't know any Spanish and I'm the white woman speaking more Spanish than my kid. Yeah, I think I can speak more Spanish than my little brother and sister, and they're both half Mexican. I don't know. My little brother may probably learned a lot more than he did when he was younger. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him about it in years and years. I've only seen him one time in a very long time. So when I go up to the register with chicken feet, Florida water, and Santa Muerte candles for the look I got. And herbs are cheaper, Hispanic tourists too. Yeah. And the thing is, you don't have to go to these stores. You can go to Walmart, people. Buy the same herbs. They're the same thing. I spend all kinds of time in those herb aisles, I'm telling y'all. But a lot of times too, I go in there with my own little agenda, and I'm pretty versed with a lot of things, and I've been doing this a very long time, so I switch things up, and I get that feel of what I want the minute I step on the aisle, and usually go right to it. And see, we don't have any of that here in the town I'm in or in the town I came from. We don't have the so-called Hispanic stores that I know of. If we do, I've never heard of it. Now, quite a few years back, they built a building up here off of one of the main streets, and it's called the Herbal Store. Um, and what I thought was so cute about it, and kind of course, got my attention. I'm sure that's what they did this for. But it is the brightest purple building I've ever seen in my life. And I think it has like that, not that pretty green, trim, kind of like this color green, in little spots around it. But the whole building's just as purple as it can be. And I have never been in there. I need to go in there and just look around, see what they have. But from what I gather, it's herbal supplements, but there could be actual herbs in there. I thought about opening up a little store myself, a little apothecary, but I just don't think it would go over very good in this town or the one I was in. There's a lot of churches here, and I think people would get bad wind of it or whatever and end up, I wouldn't do any good at it. I don't know. I don't. I don't know that it would be worth the effort or the aggravation of even trying to put one in. Yeah, I'll find out. I have to go to Michael's to get Spanish moss. See, I just got some Spanish moss. If I'd have known you needed some, I could have sent you a little bit anyway. I mean, I didn't buy that much. It wasn't cheap. So I just bought, I think, 2 ounces of it. But, no, I think it was a 4 ounce bag. But I could have sent you enough to do a spell with anyway. I take it then you don't have a Hispanic. Well, honestly, we probably do, but around here they're more Indian than Hispanic. The American Indians around here. But yes, we do have Hispanic people, just that I know of, no per se Hispanic store. Yeah, we have a few Hispanic grocery stores here. I think we have 3 or 4. Huh. Well, and your city's a lot bigger than mine too. I mean, you know, this isn't small, but it's by far very large. You know what I mean? Um, and they're a little backwoodsy here. A little old fashioned. I don't know. I just don't think I just don't think they'd much like a witchy store here. I know. It doesn't have to say witchy store. Now, outside of town a little ways, there used to be a little tiny strip mall that a witch I knew. In fact, she was the first person here in this town that I found out was a witch because she had mentioned dragon's blood. Well, only a witch would know that. Because she was talking about, she was talking to somebody else and I overheard her. She goes, yeah, I made some dragon's blood and it should be ready. I'll go get you some. And she came out with this little brown ball, that I'm sure she had put some out of a bigger jar into and sold it to this lady standing there. And I was like, did I hear you right? Did you just say dragon's blood? She's like, yeah. And she kind of looked at me like, why, and I'm, oh, it's so nice to meet you. What? Ow, don't scratch me. I will pet you. Don't scratch. Don't scratch, Mommy. What are you looking at me like that for? Huh? What are you looking at me like that for? Sometimes Jesse will come up and look at me like he's possessed. My cat. What's the matter, Bubba? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? What is it? And he'll stand here and he'll let you pet him forever. So you just have to quit. Okay, get down and get them claws out of my leg. Good boy. The town I used to live in was really small and they had 2 Hispanic stores. Well, I'm sure that there's Hispanic stuff in Walmart here. And we have an Aldi's, I believe it's called. I think Aldi's is a either German or Greek chain. I want to say Greek. Something like that. I don't remember. But yeah. Aiden got mad at the rabbits. Got mad at the rabbits. Huh? You lost me again. What are you talking about? Or do I even want to know? Let's see how many damn pills I got to take today. So a few of these I think I'm about done with. Oh, I got all this paperwork I still got to turn into my health care. I got so much going on right now, y'all, with so many pills that I actually have to write them down right now so I'll remember where the hell I'm at, what I'm doing. because they were getting pet. At the Hispanic stores tend to be cheaper on some. Oh, okay, yeah. My Aiden got mad at the rabbits. Oh, oh, you're Aiden. Okay, I got you. Now I keep forgetting because we were just talking to Aiden. So, and you said that, and I always forget that your cat's name is Aiden. What does he not? Does he not like them, or does he want to get to them and hurt them? Typical cat. Oh yay, y'all! I can go down to just twice a day on my prednisone today. So it already seems like I've been taking it forever, and it's only been 3 days. But today will be my 4th day. My. Anyway, so as y'all can tell, I'm in a little bit better spirits. I just because a lot of it's too is I'm starting to feel a lot better, so that helps. Don't feel like pure D shit. Yeah, pours that in something. Not when they get attention, I guess. Oh, okay. They're jealous of them. Well, my cats are like that of each other. If I pet one and not the other, here they come. They're just like children. You pay attention to one, you have to pay attention to both, you know. They have gotten big enough to where they can jump on the bed now, and the dog is not a happy princess. Oh, you got your own little animal farm in that apartment, don't you? Rabbits, cats, dogs. I thought I was bad. I just have 2 cats. Oh, well, and a dog. I have a big black lab out there. Oh, watch out. Watch out. But yeah, just poured in here. I'll tell y'all, these watermelon candles that I made, I was really proud of them. They smell so good. I mean, a lot of times I'll buy them scents and they're no good. You can't hardly smell them. The candle don't smell good, but these do. This watermelon's really good. I like it. You can smell it all over the house. I'm gonna be. Oh, okay. I already read that. But anyway, yeah. I need to get copies of these. Man, I really miss having a copier at the house. There's one here, but it's wireless and it's his, so I'm not gonna mess with it for one. But I don't even know anything about it. So, well, we did plan on moving. Yeah, that's true. I tell you, so many thoughts went through my head yesterday where I want to end up and be, and because eventually I'm going to have to get somewhere and stay there. I won't be able to move around like that, but it's just so hard to decide where I want to be, you know. Yeah, I need to go and find you that live stream that Erica did when she told me about my aunt. Oh, yeah, find it and send it to me. I'll watch it. I'm not watching it at all. Aiden, are you still here? I think he's at work. A lot of times he'll just be listening to me. Oh my gosh, it's almost 4 o'clock. Wow. Been on here 2 hours. That's okay. I think the longest stream I've ever done is like 4.5 hours, and I was doing tarot. And I literally did hundreds of reads that night. I don't know how I had the energy, but I won't do that again. And that candle. Did I send you watermelon? I don't remember which ones I sent you. Didn't I send you two or just one? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm just working and thinking about witchcraft. Oh, okay. I figured you was probably at work, Aiden. How she would have known that I had that candle on my altar. Oh, I'm going to have to make a few different stops. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I ever asked you, Aiden, if you like that healing and prosperity stuff I sent you, that candle. Did I send you the one with the rose petals in it? See, I have to ask because I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I sent you that specialty made one that I made specifically for you. It had all different. It had cinnamon. And I can't remember. I got them yesterday. I bought a e-reader so I can read my witchcraft book all in one place. Oh, nice. Oh, I sent you honey. So, because that's what you asked for, wasn't it? You needed a honeysuckle to go with whatever spell you was about to do. Dragon's blood. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I did with that candle then. I don't know of anybody else I've sent candles to. I don't remember, y'all. I'm so crazy. Because she was talking to my aunt who passed away, and my aunt was telling her about the car. Oh, okay. She wanted flowers since I had that candle. You made me. Oh, okay. Okay. And I did buy a cup and saucer. Yeah, but I haven't been putting coffee in it, and I need to. Oh, to put on the altar. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure people think we put a lot of weird stuff on our altars, but what we put on there is usually what our goddess or god, whatever, our deity enjoys and likes because that's their space, and therefore if they like it, we put it on and just don't question it. I don't know or care why she asked for that dragon's blood. Wants it, and so I'm putting it on there. I don't ask questions, I just do it. But I thought that was really neat when I woke up tonight and that idea and all words started just flooding over me. I'm like, oh, still got it. My goddess, my mama is still here. I'm not going through all this alone. Road opener, but no, my aunt wanted me to burn it for her. Okay, yeah, she probably just wanted to sit and enjoy it. She's probably content. That's why I like mine. I usually have one going at some point all the time just because I like it. It soothes me. And that's another thing, when I get to the point to where I will no longer be getting out of bed, I want somebody around me that'll keep my candles lit and don't argue with me. Don't question my motives. Just do it. Just light that damn candle. It's not big of a deal. Now don't walk off and leave me in there with it. I prefer not to, set the room on fire. But, while you're in there with me and all that, keep my candle lit. And I have my own personal reasons for that. And I don't have to explain them to nobody. Just do it. It's pretty damn simple. Just light the candle. That's all you got to do. Well, I have two in my room. Assurance America altar was going to go in the living room when we moved. Yeah. Well, as you know, I was sitting here not too long ago talking about bringing my altar in here and setting it up that I have a space for it. But if I'm going to be moving again, I don't want to have to take it back down again. You know what I mean? And move it and then put it back together again and then possibly have to do it somewhere else. That is why I want to get somewhere and I want to stay there. I'm tired of moving anyway, much less at this given point in time in my life with all this other going on. I need to get somewhere, stay there, get my thoughts in order, my affairs in order. You know, try to get everything lined out the best way I can. And um, well, that's what I'm working on. So I may come on here one night and say, y'all, guess where I'm at? Never know. If I've still got the the get up and go in me, then and the itchy feet to do so, then I'll probably do it. Because right now there's what have I got to lose? You know, go where I'm happy and do what makes me happy for a while and for a change in my entire 54 years of being on this earth. You know, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm going to do what I damn well please, which I've kind of always done that anyway. Just to let y'all in on a little secret. But Santa Morte, good Google Speak when it doesn't stop the stream. Oh, well, just and now I'm fine. I'm thinking pretty clear right now, and I like that. I've got my clarity back, but I'm still pretty tired. It's going to take me probably quite a while to catch up on my sleep, and on top of being all nervous and freaked out and scared and confused and all the emotions, that drains you. So you're mentally tired. It just takes time to get over the initial shock, the trauma of it, and then after that, um, after I cross that hurdle, then I'll worry about the next one. You know, I'm just really, like right now, I'm sleepy, and I mean my eyes are sleepy for the first time. It's not just my whole body; it's my eyes. So I know that they're telling me you need to sleep more. But with this damn prednisone I'm on, you know, a lot of people can't sleep while they're on it, not for very long periods of time. Of course, I've never been one to sleep that long. Usually 6 hours is a good night's sleep for me. So that's really nothing new. I mean, I went to bed at 7 and I was up at 1:30. So 6.5 hours I slept, and I feel like I haven't slept at all. So, but yeah, I was making plans last night. I think for Thanksgiving, I'm going to drive up to uh, one of my best friends' house, another witch friend of mine, um, and spend Thanksgiving with her. And she lives in the town pretty much right next to my mother. And my mama's going to go to Texas. So I can go up there and stay with my friend until my mom gets back. And then I'll go, stay a night or maybe even two with my mom, depends. And then come back. So that'll be a welcome distraction. I'll get to see. I haven't got to see my friend in a long time, and or my mother for that matter, because we always lived so far apart. I mean, up until I moved here, she was almost 7 hours away from me, and now she's like 3, somewhere in there. So I'm kind of right in the middle of where I was between her and my daughter back where I moved from. So, and that's it, weather permitting. We're not supposed to have any snow or ice or any, major shit like that to where I couldn't drive. So as long as my health is okay and I'm feeling okay and I can make the drive, then I will do so. It's only a week away, but you never know. I just have to wait, and she's going to talk to her husband and make sure that, and she said, and even if we have plans, if we're going to eat somewhere, you can go with us. I was like, okay. So, I mean, up until all this, I was planning on just sitting here by myself. Or if Robert didn't go into, like I said, didn't go into his one of his kids' house. A lot of times they'll bring him a plate, or I think one time out of all the years I've known him, he actually went over, but he's a lot like me too. We don't like being around that many people. I don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. But now I'm just kind of pitter-pattering around and need to go through. I was thinking about sitting there and watching something on my computer and going through my nightstand drawers, just kind of getting stuff sorted through, and I don't know. I probably should just take my ass back to sleep is what I need to do, but that probably ain't going to happen for a while. That's why I wish we all lived closer too. We could sit out under the moon while it's still nice outside and talk, and I really wish that that could happen, but everybody just lives too far apart. That's why I'm thankful we have social media, the internet. We're able to do this. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's what I ought to do. I'm really kind of too tired to write right now, so I'm gonna try to remember those words. I mean, the idea's in my head, and I know what she was trying to get through to me. So that'll be a really interesting project for me to do when I write that passage about the cave. You know. And I'm not really sure if she actually wanted me to write something about it, or if she's just coming in there and reminding me to reassure me and comfort me that that's what the cave is for. I need to do a whole another video on that probably. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah. See, I go from one extreme to the other. All of a sudden, I'm all witchy tonight, and all these ideas are hitting me and flooding me, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the distraction and the feeling of normalcy. I feel normal for a while. I feel like my old self again, and that's wonderful. I'm not as afraid as I was. I don't think I was ever afraid, really. Maybe a little intimidated, but I just, mainly is there's just so much to think about. It was my issue, and there still is, but one day at a time. When people say one day at a time, that's damn sure what needs to take place. You can't live tomorrow; it's not even here yet. So one day at a time, and if I can remember that and slow my thinking down, then I will be just fine. As far as my mental capabilities go. So I was kind of glad to come on here and not talk to y'all in a decent mood. I'm not all upset and flipped out, and you know. So I'm just so thankful for you guys. I really am. Once again, you just don't even know. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a pill here before long. Damn. Pills, pills, pills. It'll be all right. I think I'm about done with the other one too. I still got 6 days of this steroid, and then I've got 2 more days of antibiotics, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they gave me this antibiotic just in case anything else did get trapped down in, you know, my lungs, just to make sure infection, it's kind of like a preventive thing, just to make sure infection didn't set in and exacerbate the issues that I already have going. So as a prophylactic, they or prophylaxis, they put me on an antibiotic, pretty strong one. Well, the weaving I'm doing for you will be made today. I'll send you a link. Okay, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was just telling Lady Blind Wolf about what I had planned. I was showing the stuff that I'm going to use to do, you know, um, I'll lose my words so easy, y'all, to contribute to the spell. Um, I wasn't sure exactly what you were doing. I didn't know if you were sending me physical things for me to touch and work with, or if you were doing it virtually. I don't know how you're doing it. So I was saving what I have in this box over here until I figured out what you were going to do, because I was going to put them together if you were sending me stuff. But if not, then I'll do mine separate before or after yours. You know what I mean? I was going to combine them if you were sending me physical things. If not, then I'll just do them separate. Because I thought you were sending me a mojo bag. Which it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you feel you need to do and send is fine with me. It's your intuition. I was just curious. I'm not doing anything with mine until I seen what you were doing. So, oh, that don't seem so cold. And I'll tell you all another thing. It's probably the steroid, but now all I want to do is eat. I've been eating, munching around all day. I'm planning on sending physical items. They'll be enchanted. Okay. Not sure what all I'm going to add yet, but it will be a. Okay. Okay. So I'll wait. Um, I'll wait. Maybe. I think it might be better to do them separately because it is two different energies and would be two different intentions, actually. I don't know. I'm not going to let it rack my brain. I mean, it'll come to me. Sorry, I can't do anything. Lady Von Wolf, don't. We've already had this discussion now. It's okay. You're doing something right now. You're talking to me. You're hanging in there with me, that's that's good enough. And I don't even expect that. People don't have to do these things. They do it out of the kindness of their heart, and that is just as good as anything, if not better. So I'm going to be calling on Hecate to align more closely with your energy. Oh, okay. Well, and Hecate, if you're not used to working with her, you better be careful. She'll say, "What are you talking about? I know what she's going through. I'm there with her. I don't need you to tell me what I'm doing. You have to know her." Be very careful how you approach her. I mean, I'm not saying be afraid of her. That's not what I'm saying. But, you just have to. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. Her words are right there in my ears the minute my eyes open. And she'll do that. She's one of them goddesses that she's not going to sit around and baby you. She teaches you. she'll come in like one day, she'll say, okay, tomorrow when I get back here, I want this, and that done. And that's what she expects. That's just, I'm just using an example. And when she comes back, if you haven't done it, she's probably going to be mad at you and say, why haven't you done this? I told you to do that. And I have my reasons, so why didn't you do it? She's just so motherly. That's why she is, our mother, most of the witches, because that's how she is. And she will talk to you and treat you that way. And she'll smack your hand if you butt in where it don't belong. I'll leave an offering. It'll be fine. Okay. 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 Well, I figured you did. I figured you knew about what to do. So, or you wouldn't even be attempting it. But she was definitely here tonight. She could still be, but she was the first thing I heard when my eyes opened. So, and there was no mistaking it was her. Nobody else could possibly be giving me them words. And really, that's probably why I'm in such a good mood right now, because I know she's there. I mean, I always knew, but I actually felt her and heard her, and just didn't feel alone. She's gonna lead me through the cave, and I'll be just fine. When Harry was having some issues, I simply asked Hecate's permission, but then when I was doing a reading for her, a card came in with a triple moon on the teepee, and I was using a Native American deck, which was crazy, so I knew she was coming through. I mean, I respect the dude. Yeah. Then what we had that discussion this morning about Sekhmet and Bastet, yeah. Bastet, yeah, the cat gods and goddess. And my cats are so in tune with me that they know something's wrong with me. They'll come up just like after my heart attack. My before I got Lexi, Jesse would come up, and that's where he slept. Usually he sleeps down by my feet because he's big. He's got a lot of hair, and I'm sure he gets very hot. And I burn up when I sleep, so we don't snuggle together. We'll set each other on fire. But when I was healing from my heart attack, he would sleep with his paws laid across my chest and his head right here. That's how he slept for several days after I came home from the hospital. And now Lexi is doing that up on my chest. She'll get up there and she'll just lay her head over on, in the middle of my chest for a while, and then she'll kind of scoot off of me because we get too hot. But they know. And they're doing their little part of healing me and keeping me happy. So, we're all in this together. I'm not alone, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm going to be okay one way or the other. So I'm just really thankful, because as little sometimes as we think we have nothing to be thankful for, we honestly truly do. And there's people out there that have a lot less than we do. And it doesn't matter how far down you think you are. There's always somebody else worse off. And you have to keep remembering that and keep your head up. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take my own advice and wade through it. It's something I have to go through. So I might as well do it with my head up, my eyes open, and my intention strong. No other way to get through it. Either way it turns out. There's no other way to get through it but walk through it. Get it over with, And when you start looking around, you notice what is actually there. The physical things, yeah, you see them every day, but when you really get silent and you start listening, you'd be surprised what you hear and what you can feel around you when you use nothing but intuition. It's a wonderful thing to have as a witch. I think that's one of our greatest gifts. Not that we can cast spells or we have ancient knowledge of herbs and all that. It's the ability to heal ourselves not just the world or everybody around us, the ability to go in within ourselves and heal. And to me, that cave represents all of that. It's just a big, huge representation of the psyche, the everything that makes us human, our emotions, transformation. It just stands for so much. And when I heard those words when I first woke up, I was like, yeah, I know what you mean. It was like I knew exactly what she was saying to me, and that's what I'm gonna go by. She knows more than I do, you know. She's trying to help me here and lead me, and I'm gonna follow her as I always do. I just wasn't sure how to approach her, to ask or anything, and she appeared on her own. I didn't call her. I didn't call on her, you know. Mainly because I've been too sick lately and self-absorbed in my own um, crap that and trying to get my life together that I really haven't spent much time with her, because she also wants us to not just lean on her. She wants us to do things on our own, to take what we've been taught and use it. She's not going to be there to do everything for you. Neither is any of the other gods and goddesses. You have to make the effort. And I guess she seen me doing it and she just came on her own. She's like, I got to help my daughter, you know. So she was there. And I'm just so relieved today that none of it even bothers me right now. And I'm not going to say, you know, I might go in there and take a nap and wake up and I might be right back where I was in that frame, you know, mindset. But for right now, I'm at peace with it. I'm I'm just content. You know, I'm in acceptance mode, and I know I'm not alone. Besides y'all, she's there, and she reassured me she's there by coming to me on her own. So, and she's reassured me that she never left me. She's just waiting to see what I was gonna do and how better, you know, how best she could help me. I just felt all that. It's just like I know it as well as I know the back of my hand. I just know why she came in there. So I just feel it just put me at so much ease. You know, it just made me feel so much better. And I'm just so thankful she did that. I really am, because I was having an extremely hard time, as y'all well know, with accepting this. I don't like defeat. I don't like being outsmarted, outwitted, and being shortchanged. So it's been really hard on me the last several days, and I'm just thankful for her. And I need to write that. I need to sit down tomorrow at some point. And you know what's funny is I was thinking, you know, a lot of times people put things off or cover up how they're feeling or whatever, you know, they substitute. And I was thinking to myself a couple of nights ago, it's like, man, I wish I could just go in there and do this spell, forget everything else, and just get this spell done. Because I always feel better when I'm working and when my altar's lit up. And um, I feel like I'm participating in honoring and being thankful to her. And I just didn't have it in me. I just couldn't go in there and do it. I just didn't want to. I just didn't feel like I had the energy. I couldn't get rid of all the negative thoughts that were going through my head. And I know better than to try to sit and do a spell with that much negativity already inside of me. It just won't work. So I thought, well, I'm just going to have to wait, you know. And now it seemed like I got the go ahead. It's like, all right, that's enough of this. That's enough of worrying. You know exactly what's going to happen to you. Stop worrying. Get up. Get something done. Quit wallowing. Get up and move around while you still can. You know, there'll be plenty of time to just lay in the bed. So get your ass up, is what I felt like she was telling me, you know. I think she was coming to me on. Oh. Then what we had that discussion. Oh, okay. That's something. Yeah. It's amazing. about the time you've given up and you say, oh, well, nobody's listening to me anymore, I'm on this all on my own, blah, 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 poof. Think again, because you're not alone, especially if you're a witch. She's watching. And it doesn't matter if you ever call on her, if you work with her, she is the queen of all witches. Understand that. She's going to be watching you. She knows who you are if you're a practitioner, she knows you. So always have that in the back of your mind, you know. You can just light a candle, sit at the altar and talk to her. Yeah, that's what I do. A lot of times I do that. I do the same with Hades. He treats me like a father. Hades and me are starting to be a lot closer. Yeah. Yeah, Hades has that loving energy, it depends on how you look at it, how you want to analyze it if you're an analyzer. Because Hades would be Satan in on different paths, or Lucifer. Um, so you have to understand that at one time, um, he was an angel. That at one time he dwelled with all the others, and of course we all know the story. So when he fell or got pushed, um, that doesn't mean that angel part of him left. Now I'm not going to say he wasn't bitter, that him and the other god didn't have issues, because we all know they did. But it's just a branch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain that, because I don't follow the left-hand path, but I have dealt with Lucifer. Nowadays there's Luciferians or Satanism. Satan and Lucifer are two different beings. What have you? That's neither here nor there. They can say and do whatever they want. I was always raised that Lucifer was his name above, and Satan was his name below, or Hades, as the Greeks called him. Um, it's really all the same person, just different names. And he started coming to me without me even evoking him. Um, he is the first God that ever touched me, physically touched me. And it really scared me at first. I was like, what is he doing here? I mean, several times he's come to me. I've heard his voice. I felt his touch. I have felt him laying right beside me. I am not lying. I shit you not. I have felt him laying physically, felt his body next to me. I have never seen his face. I've never seen his face, but I have felt him. I've smelt him. I've heard his voice. Everything else but physically seeing a face. I've even felt his body next to me so vividly that I could see in my mind's eye what that body looked like, but I couldn't actually physically see it with my eyes. You know what I mean? I just have an image in my head of what he would have looked like when he was laying there with me that night. And it wasn't sexual. It wasn't perverted in any shape, form, or fashion. It was lovingly. It felt just like if my significant other, my husband or my boyfriend, would have laid down behind me and put his arm across over me to comfort me, is exactly what it felt like. And that's all I took out of that. There was nothing. I wasn't sleeping with the devil and having sex with the devil, as the old pictures will show you, as witches do, and blah 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 blah. It was very comforting, and nothing but reassurance is what it was. Um, I never felt 1 minute like there was anything perverse about it. Um, and every once in a while, he will show up, and I never one time have evoked him, ever. I just never have worked with him really, but I know who he is very well. And I know his energy when he's in the room. Yeah, I really am lagging and doing stuff myself. Yeah, I think in the dark months we all do that. Our energy just gets lower, you know. Pretty sure of it. I just felt so tired, so energetically done. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he touches my shoulder when I'm stressed all the time. He's just very loving with me. Yeah, and most people that actually have really he's really been around enough that you can actually feel the touch and the other sensations that we have besides visual. Um, Most of the people will tell you that he is a very loving and kind um, deity. Um, and it's not that I just never really what you can consider followed him. You know what I'm saying? I just never uh, when I did, I didn't actually pick Hecate. She picked me. Um, or it was kind of a mutual thing, I believe. All of a sudden she was there. She made herself known to me, and I liked what I seen, and I seen everything of her in me, and I knew right there that's where I wanted to be. So, and up until then, I can't say that I ever really had a god or goddess that I continually followed. As I've always told y'all know I'm a very much a cat person. So yeah, Bastet, and the goddess Bast, they have been in my world as far back as I can remember because of my cats. But that's the only thing that I call on her for. You know what I'm saying? And she's of a whole different pantheon than the one I actually follow. So I mean, I'm Greek. I'm on the Greek pantheon. So um, she's Egyptian, but she heals my cats and she watches over my cats, and that's what she helps me with, is maintaining and keeping my cats healthy and protected. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's going to have their, every spirit that you believe in or talk to, everybody's going to have their own experience with them. They're not going to treat everybody the exact same way because we are not all the same. So there's to it. Even a parent doesn't treat each one of the kids exactly the same because they have to treat them with whatever personality that child has. They have to adjust to how that child comprehends and sees things and does things. So like anything else, you can't treat everybody exactly the same because nobody is exactly the same. I think you get what I'm trying to say. That's why she's so mothering, and she'll get you. I'm telling you, she truly will. She smacked my hand a few times. I'm like, okay, okay, I'm sorry. So, um, you just have to. She's the boss, I mean, she gives us all the power in the world, but never, ever, ever think that you're more powerful than she is, because she'll put you in your place really quick. Don't even let that thought cross your mind. Um, it's by her grace that you are one of her daughters or children. So take it however you want. And that's like the Morgan, she's more Irish. Um, I was thinking the other day, damn, y'all know what I forgot to do? When I moved out of that house up there where I was living, as I told y'all, that's right in the middle of Tornado Alley. So I got a jade heart, a very expensive heavy jade heart and buried it right in the flower bed in front of my house to protect my house from storms, and dedicated it to the Morrigan, which is wonderful for protection from storms. And I meant to dig the damn thing up before I left, and I forgot because I didn't want to leave it there. I don't care what happens to that house when I'm gone. you know, um, I wanted to save that piece of heart jade, and it just made me sick. But I'll get another one eventually, and maybe it'll and help protect the next person that lives there. So sorry, kid needed something. I may have to leave in a few and run to the store. Oh, okay. Yeah, hell, I've been on here for almost 3 hours, y'all. Not that I care. It's just I'm not doing anything else. It's not like I can get up and cook and clean and move around like I used to do at home. There's another person here sleeping, and it's all his stuff, and I don't mess with it. So, I mean, whatever. If y'all got to go, that's fine. I'll stay here and talk as long as you want, or I can get off and find something else to do. I don't know. I could work on that. When I get that written, I'll read it to y'all. Nobody better plagiarize me either. Steal my stuff. What I'll probably do is maybe send y'all copies of it first and get it patented, and then I don't know. It's not that important. I don't care. As long as people can, it goes. As long as it does its work in the world, I'm good with it. I just don't want nobody else taking credit for something that came from so personal from my goddess to me, and then from me to them. That's not fair to. Well, you give credit where credit's due, and that's actually to Hecate. I'm just writing down the words she said, so she'll get them. I don't have to worry about it. So, but yeah, I want to get that done. Oh, and I need to boil this out and clean this wax out of that because now that candle's gone. Burned it down. Oh, it smells so good though, y'all. I was really happy with that watermelon I got from that place. It was really good stuff. I'll have to get me a pot and boil that and clean it up. Set it over here so I don't knock it over. Put it on the floor. Oh, baby, what are you doing in there? But yeah, anytime y'all need to go, you can go. Just let me know and I'll go away. I'm just sitting here yakking because right now I don't have a life. Even if I did, I still like coming on here talking to y'all. Y'all know that. I'm going to have to stay up anyway because I'm going to have to take another damn pill here in a little bit. Well, not till 8 o'clock. I forgot. Oh, God. Means I have to stay up for, I don't know. I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna fret. Sometimes it's actually a curse being a Virgo. Y'all know that. Everything can't always be so organized like we expect it to be. Sometimes shit just happens. So. Yeah, and I really hate that I had to be that tacky with my former friend and boss. I really hate that. I hate that she made me go there, and but it was her choice. I'm not gonna. Once I come to that decision, I don't usually. I mean, I'm not sorry for what I did. I'm sorry that it had to get to that point. I don't like making enemies out of people that have been my friends for so long, but evidently she wasn't my friend either. Or she would have done a better job at trying to protect my rights. So it is what it is. She nailed that nail in there so she can deal with the prick of it. You know. Um, I was trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say before. No, I think I've pretty much said everything needs to be said. Um, I just have a lot of decisions to try to sort out and make, and um, I think that's my hardest part I'm at right now. It's what I'm gonna do. I need to work. With this condition now, I guess people think I'm literally already on my deathbed. So, yeah, they don't want the liability, or afraid I'm going to sue them if something happens to me or whatever. I can reassure them I wouldn't. Just let me work, let me feel productive as long as I can, and I need the money. If I ever needed it, I need it now more than ever. I've got too many medications to buy and doctor bills, and um, I just I just need a break. I need to catch a break somewhere, and somebody let me work. Um, I just can't believe in my field, as much as they need help, that they would turn anybody away as willing to work as me. I just don't get it. It really surprised me about the nursing field, because I just never expected it from there. I just never expected it. I mean, they'll pretty much take anybody off the street. They don't give a damn. They need the help so bad. And then you've got an experienced, very, like me, willing to do this and wanting to do this. And it's like, I don't even matter. And that's how I felt yesterday when I was trying to get a hold of her and I heard them laughing at me. It really hurt my feelings, and it made me feel very alienated and just shattered everything that I felt I should be seeing in any sort of nurse. It doesn't matter from if you're, the DON or plumb down to a nurse's aide. You just don't do people like that. It makes you wonder how they treat their patients or their clients, you know, their residents. Um, I don't know, but that's why I did what I did. It's like, okay, you're going to make me go there. I'm not going to crawl up in a corner and cry like some little, abused child. I'm gonna bite back, and when I bite, you're gonna feel it. So just remember, when shit hits the fan, you started this war. You threw the first handful of shit, not me. So it is what it is. Feeling within the next day or two, you're going to get out in your butt. Yeah, yeah. I'm starting to snap out of it a little bit. I have a feeling corporate doesn't know how bad they are and how badly it's. Oh, they do now, because I told them everything. And I don't give a shit who asks me. I'll say, yeah, I goddamn sure did call them and tell them. Because they need to know what's going on down here. They're plumb up in Tennessee. They need to know what the hell's going on in Oklahoma and why you can't keep help. You're blaming it on everybody else. This is one reason you can't keep help. Because you're unorganized. You let your CMA that thinks she knows everything run your business and piss everybody off. Because she's got her nose up your ass, and that's your buddy. So she's the only one you protect. So come and work all these shifts your damn self. You know, she created this monster herself, and I am not the one to mess with when it comes to something like that, because I have been in that business longer than she's been alive, and in true nursing, not fucking assisted living. I mean, really. And I didn't do it to be spiteful or hateful. I did it because she started it. And she was very rude and unprofessional with me and hateful. It was just plain spiteful and hateful. And so I had to put my foot down and say, okay, I'm going to show you what a big girl can do. You don't slap me and expect just to walk away without getting slapped back. especially when I have that much evidence against her in that building and a lot of people in it that are still working in it. So, and I took it and took it. I'm not one of these to tattletale. I'm not a tattletale. That's the first time in my 30-year career of being in this business, and well, 36-year career, I forget how old I am sometimes, that I have ever done that. I've not ever reported anyone for anything. I didn't have a reason to, honestly, you know. And a lot of times I overlook a lot of things. It depends on how severe it is, but this was just, I've had it with them. You know, I've had it with letting people step on me and turning the other way and acting like nothing happened. And then me having to deal with everything on my own because of their spitefulness. And it just wasn't going to happen this time. Oh, you spilled all the tea then. Yep, I sure did. I told them everything going on down here. I said, and and I started off by saying this because I know that's what they're going to chalk it up to. I'm a disgruntled employee. Well, sure I am. And I'm telling you why. You need to be listening to some of these disgruntled employees if you want to learn why you can't fucking keep helping this building. This is one of the reasons. This is many of the reasons she cannot keep help. Maybe you need to get a new administrator. Maybe you need to get a new lead CMA that knows her place, that understands she does not run that business. She's there to pass medication, and that is it. That's the highest level of experience she has, the highest licensing she has. And she doesn't even have all them. She can't even give an insulin shot. Well, I can. I can actually draw blood if I have to, you know? I don't know. I'm not going there. I've done said my piece with them in corporate, and I'm just waiting on them to investigate it. And as I said, I'm not going to. I probably wouldn't go back anyway, even if they gave me my job back. But if I didn't, then that's going to screw up my unemployment. And if I go, then it's a catch-22. They'd make me so miserable that I couldn't stay. I know how they function. I've been in this business too long. I know when I'm being railroaded, and that's what's happening. At least I did put a bug in corporate's ear. And so the next time, if it was to happen, they'll say, we remember this just being reported a year ago or whatever. And then the next time somebody reports it, and eventually they're going to say, well, the one that originally reported this wasn't lying. She wasn't telling us a lie. She was being honest about it, and we just let it keep going. So now they have to deal with the consequences of it. Yes, I was the one that didn't show up for work. I took responsibility for every single mistake I made and played in this little charade in the past month. I told them how sick I was. I told them I have proof how sick I was. But she just doesn't want to see it. She don't care. And that's impeding on my rights. So, and not very professional, to say the very least. But anyway, y'all. But I did stand up for myself. Now where it leads, I don't know. I don't guess that's even mattering now. What matters is the fact I did it, and I wasn't afraid. Still not afraid. Say and do what you want. Bitch, just don't go drumming up shit behind my back and making stuff up to make yourself look better, because then I'm going to get mad. Well, what we are is always yeah, exactly. What personally I would have done is just to cover my own back so I didn't get my license. They can't take my license away. I didn't do anything. I quit a place before Subway because of the junk they were pulling blood before they get their butts in trouble with the state. Exactly. And I'm telling you, if I really wanted to cause a ripple in their business, I could do it. Because I've been in this business long enough. I can go through every one of them Mars and catch every damn mistake that's on there that they're not fixing. They're that could be considered, endangering the resident. I mean, there's just so much. If you want to go in there and nitpick, I can do that very easily. I've been doing it too long. I'm very savvy to my job. And at the risk of tooting my own horn, I'm damn good at it. So, for all you know, other people could have called and complained. Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm sure that RN that she fired probably, you know, had some choice words to say about her. And if I go get her and we write a statement together, Kim won't have a job. And maybe neither will Hester, for butting in where she don't belong. She's not corporate. She's just a fucking CMA. She needs to know her place. The sad thing is, with the times that we're in now, I really am thinking that people just don't really give a crap about nursing homes anymore. I've heard some really bad stuff about nursing. Oh, I know. There's always been bad stuff about nursing homes. Um, and it doesn't matter how good, they're going to make mistakes. There's going to be things that happen. And yes, there have been horrible things that have actually taken place from idiot people that do bad things, just like in any other business or place or whatever is in this world that you can compare it to. There's good and bad. And my answer to that this whole time has been, I think a lot of them make more out of stuff than it has to be. Not saying that they're not all, a lot of them are valid. I'm not saying that. But I am also saying that a lot of them make that shit up just because they're seeing dollar signs. When I have been there with that person for 5 years, taking care of that person every day, one time I've seen their son come in and see them. But the minute that one time he comes in and he sees some tiny little bruise on her arm that she could have done herself, their skin loses elasticity. They don't hydrate as well anymore, which causes skin breakdown and bruising. You can just barely touch yourself. I mean, right here, look at this one right here on me. See that little bruise right there? Right here. You know what that's from? The other day when I was in the hospital and they put one of them EKG nodules on me, them little stickers. Yeah. Well, I went to pull it off and it left that. Nobody abused me. My skin, it was just really thin and in bad shape at the time, and I'm getting older and I'm on a blood thinner. So that happened. It didn't mean anybody hurt me. You know what I'm saying? People are just so after that almighty dollar, and they see dollar signs. What they don't realize is in them nursing homes, they're state funded. People's tax money goes to pay for these people's care, and they're not getting back at the nursing home to get rich. Where they're actually stealing the money from the very people that they claim they're trying to protect, that they're trying to advocate for, but yet they're stealing the very money that puts the bed pads on their beds and cleans sheets and pays the salaries of the people that come in and actually take care of them. That's what they're not comprehending. It's like you want to bitch about how little money nursing homes have. Well, it's funded. It's Social Security, it's Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. The government pays for that. The tax money, people's tax money pays for that. Um, they don't have much money to work with, but you want to go in there and sue them, and then bitch because they don't have the money to take care of your loved one because you just took $100,000 that would have taken care of that whole hall of people probably for at least a week, 2 weeks. Think about that, but they don't care. They think they've gotten some kind of justice because the nursing home had to pay them money. Well, that person that you're protecting probably didn't get a dime of that money. Guarantee you, they went and they spent all that money, bought them houses, cars, their kids' cars, and I'm willing to bet almost anything in the world that they didn't so much as even go buy that person a new pair of house shoes. Now, where's the justification in that? But that's another soapbox. See where it came about. Yeah, I would fax them a copy of your med records. Well, and I will if they ask me to. They didn't ask me to. So the problem is you'd have to be able to prove it. I can prove it. I would not ever say anything that serious unless I had shit to back me up. I assure you, I'm way smarter than that. I already know that. If I'm ready to go into battle, I'm not going to just walk out there unarmed. I'm going to have my ducks in a row. I'm going to know exactly what I'm going to say, and I'm going to have all the documentation to back me up. And I'm working on that. I already got several girls that have worked at that place that would love nothing more than to say their piece about what goes on there. I assure you, they messed with the wrong girl because I'll take them down if I can. And it will all be the truth and it will be justified. So, you know, don't start a war if you're the one that is guilty in the first place because you're not going to win. Not against me. Oh yeah, you can prove it because the state has to go through everything. Yes, they do. And whether they believe it or not, anything I report to them, they have to investigate. It is their duty. It is the law that they have to do that. And what I was trying to say is that since the C word came in situating, it's gotten even worse. Well, yeah. They bring all these residents that need care and don't hire enough CNAs to take care of all the people. That's what I'm saying, it's like a snowball effect. These people are suing these nursing homes and then turning around bitching because they don't have the money to pay enough staff to come in and take care of them because you just sued them and took all their damn money. If you don't like the way somebody's taking care of your family member, get off your lazy ass, make room for them in your own home, and you take care of them your damn self. That's the way it's supposed to be anyway. I don't care what anybody says. That is how it's supposed to be. If you can't do it yourself and somebody else is doing their very best to do so, let it be. Don't be the one to stand there and criticize every move they make when you can't do any better than they are. You're not even trying to do any better. Now, I'm not saying somebody's being abused. I don't have to explain that. But most of the time, it's really not an abuse case. It's just and you will see a lot of them because that's the only thing they do show. They'll show you a big, oh, this nursing home over here in Florida being shut down because of all these uh, um, proven abuse cases and blah blah. Well, that's one nursing home, and how many in the United States of America? You know, there's so many, and everybody automatically puts nursing homes, every nursing home, every person that works in a nursing home, all in that same category. They stereotype them, and that is just not fair. Why don't they show these nursing homes all the time and the work? Go through one day in a nurse's aide's life on the floor. Why don't they do that? Show people that job is not an easy job. It's mentally taxing, it's physically taxing. You're getting shit from and pulled from every which way. You're getting quartered every day, all day long by your administrator, your DON, even the CMA asking you to do things. If you're an aide on the floor, then you've got your first priority, that you're trying to listen to and take care of is your resident, and you got everybody else pulling you here and do this and do that. Then you got a family member that cannot wait. They can't give you 5 minutes to finish the care that you're giving to this person. They want to talk to you right now. If you don't stop everything you're doing and talk to me right now, you're being rude, and I'm going to tell your DON. I'm going to tell your director that you're being hateful to me. Makes me sick. It really does. People just, they never cease to amaze me how ignorant they can be. I just don't understand it. They'll keep on, as I've said before, and there won't be any nursing homes. You won't have a choice but to take care of them yourself. Then you're going to wish like hell you'd have been a little bit easier on the system and let people do their jobs without criticizing every move they made. You know, take care of them yourself. It suits us just fine. I think that's how it should be anyway. I don't think total strangers should be taking care of my mama. I think I should be the one. You know, if she needs her butt wiped, then that should be me doing it. If she needs help being fed, that needs to be me doing it. You know, not some stranger in a damn facility where she's up there all by herself. But those of us that work in the nursing homes try to make that place that with those people's homes, and we're the ones that spend holidays with them and give them presents and watch them laugh and cry and go through their emotions and hug them when they need it. That's what they don't show on social medias and on TV. They don't show any of that. All they do is show the bad things. So it is what it is, you know. And then you have those nursing homes that, because of the way they do stuff, expect you to put your own family last and put them in the residence above your own family. Yeah. We only had one nurse for the whole building once because the DON didn't want to come in because it was Christmas Day and help work the building, and that day we lost 2 residents due to illness. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I've seen some RNs, I swear, that I'm just so ashamed of. I really have, you know. I mean, not every profession's perfect. You're always going to have bad apples, but I've seen some that I just did not respect enough that I wanted to even work for. I mean, I realize the director of nursing has a lot of responsibilities. I know that. And it's a lot of paperwork. That's a lot to keep up with. But when she's being called on to step down off her pedestal and actually get out and do some physical work, and she refuses, that sends a very bad message out to all the nurses' aides underneath her. Every one of them. And even the LPNs underneath her. That's showing a very bad taste and judgment and priorities and dereliction of duty, to say the least. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I've worked in it my whole life. And, you know, guarantee you if I could have found anything else that I could have made and paid bills, made and used to, we didn't even make any money. That's what's so scary about it. Nurses' aides were the lowest paid people, I believe, in the entire world at one time. And we had the hardest job. I will, to this day, until the day I am no longer walking this earth, say that is probably, if not the hardest, one of the hardest jobs in this entire world you could ever do, is be a nurse's aide. And I stand by it. You know, I was studying to be an activities director, but then they were short an aide. Yep. Yeah, the activity director has to be a certified nurse's aide most of the time, because you know, you have to sometimes go and get your own people for the activities. In order to transfer them, you have to be certified. Even to help them from their bed to their wheelchair, you have to be certified to do that. So, you know, if they're going to do their own transferring and bringing down to the activities room or the dining room, wherever, then they have to prove that they know how to do that, know how to transfer. In fact, most places won't even let you be an activities director without being a CNA first. one lady that her daughter was in the home and she'd come and sit with her all day and she'd follow me around and grab me because they couldn't play bingo. Because I couldn't run the bingo because I had to work the floor because they were short-handed, shortened and a. But she would be there from like 7:30 in the morning till 5 or 6 in the evening sitting there complaining, and she drove. Oh, I know. Those kind of people are very annoying. And it just goes to show you what kind of life they don't have if they have all day, every day just to sit there and bitch. These are the kind of people I was talking about that troll YouTube. They just don't have anything better to do with their lives. And it's pretty sad. You know what I'd have told her? Well, lead her in there to the damn bingo room, show her the bingo balls, and say, here, you call them. You're here all day anyway. Make yourself useful. You care so much if they play bingo, then get your ass in there and call out them numbers. That's what I'd have said. It would not ever have done me any good to be in corporate because I'm too down to earth. I don't play by, the rule books all the time. I don't think anyone does. But, I'm not uppity. I believe in what's right and what's wrong. It's a very, vivid line. I mean, you can see it. This is right. This is wrong. And, you don't have to overanalyze it and write a 4-page freaking book about it to set up in the nurse's station and call it an ethics book. Duh. But unfortunately, nowadays, they do that to cover their own butt. It's all about the paper trail. I'm telling you. It's all about the paper trail. Every job you get into, especially in nursing, you'll sign your fucking life away on every page. This video. Yes, I know HIPAA. Yes, I know these rights and blah, 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 blah. It's on and on and on. They do that to cover their butts. They do that to somehow prove that they've taught you that this is what you realize it's supposed to take place, and then you signed off on it, and so that covers their ass. You've been trained or orientated, That's what I was going to say. I just put her butt to work. So you want to go in there and call bingo? You want to volunteer here every so often and come in here and call bingo? We'll hire you. We'll let you come in and holler out bingo balls. We can use all the help we can get. It's not like she's doing any hands-on patient care. She's just calling out bingo balls. And she's there anyway, up everybody's ass. So she might as well make herself useful. $8 an hour. I'll tell you, when I first started, the first wage I remember making in Texas as a nurse's aide, before you had to be certified, we were just nurse's aides. There was no such thing as a CNA, and there were no CMAs. There was no such thing. I made $3.35 an hour. $3.35 an hour. Years and years later, when I moved to Oklahoma, the first job I got here at a nursing home, I made $5.15 an hour. And then when I got certified, because a lot of them will train you on site nowadays at the nursing home, the RN will come in and teach or whatever, and saves them a lot of money. So they'll just train you, right there in the facility. And that's what they did to when I moved from Texas to Oklahoma, and found out that you then had to become certified to be an aide. So I went through all that, but to be certified in Oklahoma. And after I got certified, I went from $5.15 an hour to $5.35 an hour. And this wasn't that long ago. I think it was, 1999. I'm pretty sure it was 1999 when I did this in Oklahoma. And then when I got picked to go on to be a CMA, they sent me to school, and I think the first wage I made was $6.25 an hour, I believe, or $5.45. I only made like 50 cents more an hour than the nurses' aides on the floor, than the CNAs. But now, just all of a sudden, in the past several years or couple of years, they've raised the wages well. Right about the time that, my body's and I'm burnt out on it and blah, 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 I'm finally getting a wage I deserve. Can't work anymore, you know? I'll buy more of my CNA license at the home I was working at wanted the hot on me for it too. Yeah. Well, I mean, that could have been fun. There's been times I thought about being an activities director just to, get another sort of experience. I've done everything else in the nursing homes and in the field, so I might as well do that. But I just never did it. She would go in there and play bingo herself along with other things. This lady was an elder lady, but her daughter was a lot younger because her daughter had a lot of as well as mental disabilities. But she was so old she couldn't care for her daughter. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that a lot. That's probably why she stayed up there all day with her mother because she didn't know any different. You know, her mama probably took care of her the whole time, and now her mother couldn't take care of her anymore. She didn't know what else to do but sit there and bitch. I don't know. Especially if she already had, was mentally challenged. But I'll tell you, after being a sounding board, being treated like shit for so long by everybody in the world, it seemed, it's a wonder that people even do that job anymore. Because I'm telling you, we do not get the respect we deserve for doing what we do. Like I said, we're just now getting paid what we're worth. And by now it's too late anyway because everything else is so damn high, you still can't actually live comfortably. We sure didn't do it for the money. Guarantee you. I mean, and that was back when my son was a baby. I mean, I don't even know how I paid rent and kept him fed and clothed. I don't even know how I did it on those sort of wages. I'm sure back then, rent was cheaper a little bit. About the time you think you're going to get a break on one thing, the other will come right up beside it, and it's like way. You can't win for losing. I think Christy Riggs just left her at the nursing home as a form of adult daycare and then just come and pick her up. Yeah, and that's okay too. You know, kind of babysitter, adult daycare. They have a lot of them in certain towns. I've thought about if I'd had the money, I probably would have opened one. Of course, they would probably more or less end up calling it a senior center. That's what a lot of them are. There's adult daycare is a place for them to go and sit during the day. But when you're actually providing care, like if they're incontinent and you lead them away and get them cleaned up, then that would be care, actual hands-on care. But I don't know, even know what would all be involved in that. I don't even know if state would help pay for something like that. If Medicare, Medicaid would even. I don't see why not. I mean, we're supposed to be thinking about our elderly and their quality of life and improving their quality of life. And if they have somewhere to go every day, it gives them something to look forward to. Instead of just I know with me, when I sit in this house too long and just stare at things and think, I get extremely depressed. And I was like that before I got sick. I wasn't one to just, I want to go and I want to do. It just depresses you when you can't go anywhere. I'm going to have to go because I need to run. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I've been on here 3 hours and 20 minutes anyway. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go find some other stuff to do. I may take a nap after I get this pill down. Love you, and you have a good day, okay? Talk to you later.